Welcome back to Word of Mouth.
Hello, everybody.
We got some applause just drawing us in real sweet, nice like.
How are we? That's how we get the energy up to start the pod.
We should do exercises every time before we're just doing
jacks.
10 jumping jacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Myers. I'm always on here pretty much. That's Jacob.
I'm Jacob. I've been on probably
He's on here.
8% of all WOM episodes. Probably like
maybe
17% of all WOM episodes.
I think you're batting pretty high.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you are?
Hi, I'm Laura, and I've been on now 1% of Word of Mouth
Wow.
podcast episodes.
Wow.
You guys.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm really excited. My first podcast ever.
It's great to have you.
Of course. Likewise.
So who are you?
I'm a lot of things. No, I'm a creative, a comedian, a hard worker, a mom of 4,
Wow,
ENFJ.
4.
No, I'm just kidding. I am a mom of 1. I have a little cat.
Good.
Who is
should have brought it.
Cat. I should it. Okay.
Hey
he.
now.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry. I didn't know.
He's a he, him.
He's a he.
Apologies to
And
the.
actually, he's allowed to change that too.
Yeah, he's orange.
He's orange. He's
Oh,
orange.
yes. Me and my wife just got a little orange boy
Did you?
in February.
Did you know all orange cats are boys?
What?
I've heard that, and I hadn't done any investigating to figure out if that was true.
2 for 2 right now. So
Ouch.
my orange cat is also a boy.
Yeah.
What'd you name your orange cat?
Billy.
Billy. That's really cute.
Billy, and then we have a gray one named Pickle.
Oh, I love that name.
She is not as fun as Billy. She's a little more opinionated.
Because she's a girl, right?
Right. It's a girl thing, you know.
Yeah.
What is your cat's name?
Don't we all know? My cat's name is a little controversial. My cat's name is Uzi, which, there's like a story here because...
How do you spell it?
U-Z-I,
Okay.
like
I
the
Like
rapper.
Lil Uzi
pictured
Vert?
OOZY.
Bruh, no. That's what people think. So
People
then
think
I
it's
have
like
to,
Uzi.
yeah, they think it's disgusting.
Oh, that's
And
gross.
so then I have to clarify, like, oh no, it's named. I've started just lying about what his name is, like, to my neighbors.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, it's actually like Uzi. Okay, so it's like actually after a rapper, and then I recently, not recently, probably like a year ago, but my cat's 4. So a good portion of his life I spent not knowing that Uzi was also like the name of a gun. And
That is what Lil Uzi Vert is named after.
well, and then just the
I
other
think.
day, my boyfriend was telling me, he was like, Lil Uzi Vert named himself that because he wanted to be named Lucifer.
No
Lil Uzi
way.
Vert. Have you heard
And
that
if
before?
you if
No.
you turn the
Yeah.
monster can upside down, it gives you 666. It's like something like that. Like
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
conspiracy,
It's deep state.
like
What
devil.
does,
like,
what
Yeah.
does God have to do with an energy drink?
And Lil Uzi Vert, when he goes, it's actually like a goat, and then it has the
Satan,
horns,
yes,
And
and
I'm
he's
saying-
worshiping
like
Satan.
that statue in 5 Points.
Yeah.
Like that statue in 5 Points.
Yeah.
Take it down.
Freaky ass statue. Yeah, that's one we need to be taking down for sure.
Yeah.
But no, his name's Uzi, and I just lie to people now and like come up with a different name each time. They're like, "What's your cat's name?" I'm like, Cream Puff. That
Come
was
here,
his-
Cream Puff. Come on.
Puff.
And it'll
That's
still
his
just
Gubby.
kind of like
That's
come
his
because it hears your
birthday.
That's
voice.
his Govey.
Yeah,
love that.
and that's true. He does love his mother.
Yeah.
But
My
his
brother-
Gubby is Cream Puff.
My
Yeah.
brother and his wife just got a dog. And named
Oh.
it Beans.
That's cute.
Baked Beans McClendon.
Fantastic.
Beans McClendon
Beans.
is
What
really
do
good.
you think Beans is a boy or a girl?
Ooh.
Gotta be a girl. Yeah.
I was going to guess
Bingo.
girl.
Bango.
She's
It's a
on
girl.
it. She's on it.
They didn't want to name her Bush's baked beans.
Bush for short.
Naming a girl Bush is kind of like
We were big fans of that thing that he did back in 2001. What was it? Bush did 9/11. That was the joke.
Nice.
Oh, that went right over my
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
snaps for that
I'm not
joke.
uncomfortable.
Wow, you're really gonna
Okay,
talk about
so
that. Wow.
Lauren,
Yes.
you have a cat.
I do.
You make things online.
I do. Yeah,
Um,
I overshare online. I think.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from North Alabama. I'm from Scottsboro. Go Wildcats, guys.
Go Wildcats.
Yeah, go Wildcats.
See, another funny thing about Steven is he probably would have known what your high school mascot was. He's like weirdly into that in Alabama.
I wanted to ask. I was like, what vibe mascot does my hometown give? And I do think it gives like
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
You're from
Yeah.
Scottsboro? How
Yeah.
far is that from here?
It's like 2.5 hours.
How far is that
a little
from
north.
Florence?
Probably like another 2.5 hours. It's like a geographical oddity, 2.5 hours away from everywhere.
Yeah, what the heck?
Um,
What is it? Huntsville vibes?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
on the same plane of Huntsville. So it's like Florence, Huntsville, Scottsboro.
Oh, okay. So you're like near Georgia.
Yeah. I'm in the northeast corner
I'm
of the
about
state.
2.5 hours from Georgia.
So are you closer to like
Are you
Chattanooga?
now? Yes, I am. I would love to take like a little day trip up there when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Chattanooga's a great place. Another place similar to Birmingham where I was like, I could live here.
Jacob's Pookie is from
Chat is Birmingham.
Is she?
Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh.
She grew up on Lookout.
Look at, and hey, don't we love to go up there and just look out?
Lookout. Rock City.
Sunset Rock.
See
Chat,
it.
Sunset Rock. Holy. Chat is awesome. It's like Birmingham, but cleaner and smaller.
Yeah. Okay. So talk more shit on Birmingham.
I love Birmingham. I grew up here. I love Birmingham. I live here. I went to Gardendale. You know about that?
No, but let me guess. What is your mascot at Gardendale?
You're not gonna get it actually.
Is it like the garden snake?
No, it's like
Should've been.
kind of random.
It doesn't make any. It's not an animal.
It's
Oh.
not. Gardendale is 20 minutes north of here. You would think that this high school was based near Huntsville based on its mascot.
Is it
You
a
might-
horse? Is it a charger?
Think about what they got.
What's in
Is it,
Huntsville?
oh, it's the Rockets.
The Rockets.
The Gardendale Rockets. Woo! The
Go
Gardendale
Rockets.
Saturn Fives.
Yes.
We need to go. We need to take a field trip to the Space and Rocket Center. That's one of my things that I went to like as a child, but want to go back again so bad as an adult because I just know.
I
that
bet it's way cooler as an
I'm
adult.
saying.
I would think. Yeah, I would hope. I went when I was. I think I went to space camp when I was 8.
John did
You
Jedi
went to
camp.
Space camp.
I
John
did.
did Jedi camp there.
No
And it
way! I
looked
didn't know they
dope.
had that.
That sounds so fun.
If you get a red lightsaber though, you have to go home.
They kill you.
They
on
kill
sight.
Yeah.
you because they're like, you were born like this. You can't.
Yeah, exactly. They were
You were
like,
born
we
this
already
way."
learned once with Anakin. Okay, like he
You
killed all the
can't.
kids at space camp one year.
Yeah, yeah,
Not to make light about that. That
yeah. That
horrible
was a
crap.
that was a
Fun.
tragedy, and I did make a joke about 9/11. So we're off to a great start.
I know this really is.
So Scottsboro.
Yeah.
Did you move to Birmingham after you left Scottsboro? What's the path? How'd you get here?
The path was I went to Scottsboro and then I went to Huntsville for college. I did like 3 years there. I went to college during COVID, so
UAH.
yeah, go Chargers.
Let's go.
I
Lots of
studied.
smart people there.
Yeah, I studied marketing, so I was not in that group. I was doing arts and crafts, like while everybody was like, I'm stressed. I have to launch a rocket and like create a computer like for my class this afternoon. I'm
I
like,
have
okay.
rocket due at midnight.
Yeah, literally. I have Saturn 5.
I have jetpack due on Monday.
And they did. They actually invented Teslas in Huntsville. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
They invented jetpack joyride in Huntsville.
Bring it back.
Bring back
honestly.
jetpack joyride.
Bring back jetpack
This is a
joyride.
tangent, but I had an iPad Mini when I was like
We can tell.
12,
We can tell.
and
Sorry.
yeah, and I found it the other day, and I charged it, and it works.
Oh.
And so I found
way.
all these games that I played when I was a kid, and it was so fun.
Jetpack
So it was
Joyride,
like Jetpack
Crossy
Joyride.
Road.
Did you
Uh,
have Flappy Bird?
It didn't have Flappy
Oh,
Bird
dude,
on
you
it.
could
I
have
had
sold
Fruit
it for
Ninja,
millions. Fruit
um,
Ninja.
I
Oh
love
my
Fruit
gosh.
Ninja.
Plants vs Zombies. Did y'all ever
I
play
never
that
played.
game?
That was too weird
That
for
was
me.
that
really
was
fun.
like some
Cut the rope.
homeschool shit.
Did you do?
Cut
Did
the
you
rope was
literally
fun.
homeschooled?
Were you homeschooled?
I was homeschooled.
So anyway, Jacob, we're gonna do this podcast.
That's so good. Wait, did you have what's the super?
I'm just
Oh, did
kidding.
you have My Singing Monsters?
I loved my singing.
I
monsters.
did. It wasn't on my
Bow.
iPad when I
Bow,
found
bow.
my iPad. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I
Anyways,
went on a tangent.
back to Scottsboro and-
UAH.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to UAH. I
Marketing
went to,
queen.
Yeah, I was a marketing queen. Turns out that ended up being like helpful for my job now. Whatever. Thank you to my degree.
When she uses her degree.
When she uses her degree, women in STEM. Right?
Come on.
I honestly hate when people use their degree because it makes me feel like I'm in college right now and I don't try because I'm like, who knows if I'm gonna use my degree. But when I hear that people do, I'm like, fine.
But you're also studying music
fine,
and
yeah,
gonna
sure.
go into music,
I
so
for
like
sure will,
you're
but-
going to be what you hate.
I'm gonna use my degree, but like in like a chill way.
You're gonna you live long enough to become the villain. You use your degree. Die the hero. Come on, bro. Die
I was
as
gonna
an
say
entrepreneur.
I studied economics, so what would be using my degree?
Right now, just like
Making hella
existing.
racks.
Yeah,
Like-
actually.
Oh, so I'm
Buying
not
when the
using my
market's
degree.
low. Yeah. You're actually like, so my retirement fund's actually dried up for this week.
You are not using your degree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the current state of our country with the market and everything.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sure
what
as an
I'm supposed to
economic
go
major.
That's
fix.
like on
That's what I'm
you.
saying.
I'm supposed to be fixing that. My bad, guys.
Yeah, we need.
Jacob said he doesn't like when people use their degree, so I just felt this peer pressure. I was like, I can't go fix the country.
Wow.
If I
So-
wasn't
Heard
here,
here
it all would be fixed.
It would be.
Already
I would have
fixed
fixed it. I would have been like, tariffs are.
Can we talk about tariffs
Yeah.
for the
Thank
whole
you.
podcast?
Let's get controversial.
Okay,
talk
let's go
about
there.
it.
Let's go there.
Let's not go there.
Should we, guys?
Guys.
Let's go back to UAH
Yeah.
marketing and keep learning about Lauren.
Yeah, so as I was getting my degree, it was like during COVID, I worked at the University of Alabama for a little bit as like a social media intern.
Slay.
Let's go.
Online. But like the thing is I was like tweeting about like to the students of Alabama, like wash your hands, practice social distancing, and they were all just like, can I say kill yourself on this podcast?
Yeah.
Basically in the comments on the Twitter page, like, kill yourself. I'm not washing my hands. I'm going to a Doherty. I'm going to the football game. Bring back football. So I quickly learned that social
Donald
media
Trump brought back Big Ten football.
Amen. He did. Praise be. And he also brought back NASCAR.
Amen.
Amen.
I don't think NASCAR ever left. I'll be honest.
Are you going
I
to
highly doubt that they
Talladega?
stopped.
I want to so bad. Like I need to just
I
go
wanna
with a
go.
microphone.
It's part of the brand.
Have you guys been before?
I've never been. I always every year it's like, should we go? But then it's like,
Right.
am I gonna get there and like regret coming for the bit?
No.
Is it
No.
Show me your butthole.
No, literally. I went when I was about like, I don't know, probably like 12 or 13.
Was it like absolutely like mind-blowingly amazing?
No, I
feel
fell
like it'd be
asleep. I fell asleep and got a sunburn.
What?
Wow.
It is such a long time to sit and just
That's
watch
true.
like
Yeah.
one
And they just
thing
go in a
happen.
circle.
Yeah, and they just go fast. They go fast and left.
They go fight.
Yep. Fast and left.
But I was sat next to a woman who stood up every single lap and did this. Come on, boys! And then she'd sit back down, and they'd go back again. She'd do it again. Come on, boys!
Kyle Busch.
And I'm like, and woman, come on, let's hear it for Danica Patrick.
Yeah. Come on.
We need representation in NASCAR.
Thank you,
Come on.
Danica Patrick.
Ladies,
Yeah.
get out there.
Get out
on
there,
the
drive
track.
a car,
Get
go
on the
fast
track,
and
girls.
left.
Fast and left, not hard.
But anyway, where were we? My
You
life
are an
story.
intern at Alabama.
Oh yeah. I quickly realized that life was not cut out for me, and I at the time was also like a wedding photographer and videographer, and that kind of gave me like this material to start making fun of like people in the South in a really lighthearted from like a loving place. Like
Right.
you guys are 18 getting married and you're posting about it on Facebook like, I can't believe this day in my life came. I'm like, girl, you just turned 7. Like, you got so much
You
life
just
left.
started driving.
You just literally
have told
that. Exactly that.
Yes.
So I started kind of like posting some comedy online, and it didn't really go anywhere, but I was having fun with it because I think that's what everybody was doing during COVID. And yeah, I moved to Tennessee after college. I lived in a little town outside of Nashville, and I continued to like shoot weddings up there.
Murfreesboro?
No.
Franklin?
No. You gonna keep going?
What's up? There's one above.
No, it's
It was below.
it is below.
Brentwood.
Damn it.
No, I was out in the sticks. I was in Columbia, which is a little tiny small town.
Yes.
And did I love living there for like a year and a half? Yeah, it was really like quaint and gorgeous. It was where they shot the Hannah Montana movie. If you guys are
Oh my gosh, I
cinephiles
watched
yourself.
that 4 days ago.
Did you
It
really?
was great.
That was meant to be.
And Rascal Flats is just they're just like
Yeah.
in the movie, like they're just like their friends.
Exactly.
But they're
and,
really
and
good. God bless the broken road. Oh my
Come on.
we need to harmonize to that right now. I'm just kidding. That was actually a lot of the songs that like Rascal Flats had a grasp on the wedding industry in the South.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
My wish for you.
Yes.
Is that
Wait,
Rascal Flats?
what year?
Yeah.
What year? Like around what years are you doing the like video photo for wedding stuff?
That was between like 2018 and 2021.
Okay, so you were like a little post the like teal mason jars.
Yeah, I just
like
missed it.
what's it, pallets vibe.
But you know what?
Was that still like residual?
I think it was
I
because
was
some
gonna
girls
say in the South things
Yeah,
last.
it's like
longer.
5 years later.
completely that. And also, yeah, like this has just been like on some girl's Pinterest board for like 7 years.
Mhm.
So even though the trends and
Since she was
times have
11. It's
changed,
Still on her board.
last year. The year
Found
before
out about
that.
marriage when she was 15.
Yeah, and she was like, I have to.
I gotta do that.
I gotta do that. I gotta get that MRS degree. But yeah, so I kind of missed that a little bit, but it was still alive in some ways.
It's still like Southern weddings are just freaking weird sometimes.
Yeah, they were. Like the dad always like kissed the daughter on the mouth and like it was kind of
Oh no,
Tom Brady.
always.
Oh no,
that happened once and it really like scarred
That
me.
is so odd.
that's scary.
It was that and like the prayer before dinner that the dad would give, like the little speech, like giving away his daughter. It was always just kind of like some weird like territorial thing where it's like threatening the husband.
Anything
and, like,
you do to her, I'm gonna do to you.
yeah, literally that. The dad's like, no, sorry, I won't go there. Just gonna cut that bit
The dad
out.
is just emotionally not as capable of expressing himself.
Completely. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
I had so much fun shooting weddings. I honestly would still do it to this day just because it was fun to like I speak to the comedic aspect of it, but it was also fun to just like be with somebody on their most special day and like see so much love celebrated in one room, see them just kind of like living in the moment, like living this kind of like this dream, I think, like as a girl and as a man too, I guess. I don't know. Your wedding is kind of like what's really hyped up the majority of your life.
This guy gets it.
You get it.
I get it.
Did you have mason jars and rascal flats at your wedding?
I did not.
Dang it, dude. I mean, I
couldn't
missed.
book
Can I
them.
guess?
Couldn't get them.
They were booked.
Yeah.
They had Hannah Montana movie.
Yeah, guess. I don't know what you want to guess, but sure.
Can I guess?
Can I guess you have a wife? No. I feel like you got you did your wedding like out in the woods with like a small group of people and it was really like sweet and intimate and cute. Was that your wedding?
Sweet, intimate, cute, all correct, but it was it was there.
It was also kind of big, actually.
Oh,
I
really?
think we invited 400 or 500 people. I think.
Oh,
Damn,
my God.
I didn't
Maybe
know that.
300
I know that
people.
catering bill was high.
I don't really want to know what my wedding cost because it was. My wife is the only daughter, so
yeah.
she kind of got what she wanted.
I didn't go to your wedding.
You
Oh,
didn't?
neither did I.
I was invited.
Actually?
Yeah, I was invited and I didn't go. I was in California.
Oh.
I was at NAMM.
Oh, I remember that now.
Wait, what
And
is it?
There were like
NAMM is like a music convention.
there were like 2 or 3 people that didn't go to my wedding that I actually like was kind of sad, and now I'm adding you to the list.
Steven,
Yeah.
I missed being friends with Steven by like 6 months
Yeah.
to go to his wedding.
Fun
That's
fact:
so
I
sad.
shot Jacob McClendon's
my
junior year prom photos.
No way.
I mean, I look bad. I look bad.
That probably
I
went
look really
crazy.
bad.
So
That was a movie.
Steven's little sister was a year older than you
Mm-hmm.
at Gardendale, and Steven is my
The
best
Rockets.
friend. I work for his dad. They're like my family.
Cool.
And so I was actually shooting his little sister's prom, but he happened to be there hanging out.
Yes.
So,
in
is that
high
you?
school I
Wow.
dated John.
I was making sure that wasn't my phone.
Hey, John.
In high school I dated Steven's little sister's like one of her best friends. So
Okay.
we went prom together.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it all unfold like in my head.
There's
and then
all the
and then I
lore.
met Myers as just the photographer.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now
what
we're-
year was this? This was
Junior. I'm a junior 4 years ago.
21.
I met 4 years ago.
wow.
That's pretty crazy.
That's
That is
crazy.
pretty crazy. Time
We're
flies,
close.
Yeah, we did ceremony right here, old beautiful church building, and then are you familiar with the Theodore? It's a venue like right over there.
I can't believe I'm saying no.
Big
Because
warehouse.
of how many weddings I've shot here, but I am unfamiliar with it.
Big
so-
warehouse. We had like big trees in there. It was kind of sick.
Beautiful.
Big trees.
So I was way off. So you were kind of in the woods then.
Well, we did our photos.
Big trees. It's like the woods.
Yeah, big trees.
Big
We did
trees,
our
I want you to
photos in
know.
Highland Park afterwards, so
Yeah.
that's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I bet that was beautiful.
it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, sorry,
I
you
actually
gave
thought-
like elopement vibes for a brief moment, but
Because
now
you're
I
homeschooled,
understand.
bro. Come on.
I would elope, but I have too many friends.
Okay, talk-
Dude, that's a bar.
yeah.
I would elope, but I got too many friends.
I got too much guap to spend.
Yeah. As part of Samford World, you just have like
Oh, true.
100 million friends. So I
Yeah.
wanted a lot of people to be there. So
That's
anyway,
I
probably
love
fun. That's
that.
like dream wedding. Like you have all like it's just like a movie. You know, you have all your friends in one room, and you guys are like dancing around to I don't know, The Spins by like
Yeah.
Mac Miller.
yeah. Will Jones DJ'd my wedding.
Yeah, he did.
That.
Oh, I
Young-
love Will Jones. I don't know.
Yeah.
You love that guy.
Sir William Jones of the Third Coast. Look him up on Spotify.
That's his rap name.
Does he do rap?
He
Does
do-
he rap? Is he gonna be at the Birmingham Rap Festival?
Does he do rap?
I sure hope so.
He probably will be there.
They need to have like a freestyle segment of the
They should
like
have open-
earlier
like an
in the
open
festival.
mic.
Open mic.
This
yeah.
is a
Good
dude
idea.
who like he's from where's he from? Hayden, Alabama,
Oh yeah, familiar.
outside of Coleman.
Yeah.
So like from farm world,
Right.
and grew up there his whole life, and then went to Stanford, and he kind of like rejects the whole like white guy from Alabama thing, and
Oh,
thinks that
come
he
on,
should be
man.
from like Compton or something.
Oh no.
So he's
Is
like
from-
really into
So he's like Jack Harlow. He's like
Yeah.
Ian.
That's
He's
actually a great. I mean, yeah,
low key, but like. Yeah, I don't want to dog on him, but he's not.
Will
get
Jones, if you watching,
He's not gonna go be Jack Harlow. He's gonna.
Whoa.
He's gonna.
I believe in you. What's his name?
Will Jones.
Will Jones.
Will Jones, I believe in you. Go be the next Jack Harlow.
Indiana.
Someone's got to do it. Am I
Someone
right?
has to. Anyways, okay, I don't even remember what we
Till
were.
2021,
So
you're shooting.
You're
in
shooting
such
weddings.
Yeah.
When
I'm
did you
shooting
get to-
weddings.
the best city in the world.
It's a journey. It's kind of like the Oregon Trail. I took the Oregon Trail to get here. So I
Dysentery.
yeah.
So you moved
Don't
to
remind
Washington
me.
and then came all the way back down.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I took the wagon. I lived in Tennessee for a little bit, was doing comedy, and then randomly got hit up by Live Nation. You guys know like the
Yeah.
company who does like music festivals, whatever.
Yeah, don't they sponsor like David Dobrik or something?
We don't well, I don't know what like could ever come back to bite me. Let's just say I don't love the company. They do work with Mr. Dobrik, I believe. They do a lot. They have a lot of sectors.
Yeah, they bought Liquid Death.
They
Fun
did.
fact.
And
Oh, no
do
way.
you know how many promos I've done for Liquid Death? I could probably like
You be
Speak on
doing
behalf.
Liquid Death promos?
I used to in my old age. I don't anymore.
That's
but
crazy.
Did you like the taste of it when you promoted?
to be honest, yeah, it was great. It was water. Like
I
it
love
was
that.
okay. But they like dabbled in tea for a little bit. It was
So bad.
Did you
Yeah.
do the promo song thing with Jack?
I did not play on that.
Okay.
No, our friends tried to pitch a like song to Liquid Death
no way.
to like use in commercials. It was like a metal song they made. And I think it.
I thought it was
I
kind of
think it could've
fire.
been awesome,
I'll be
but
honest, but anyway.
They programmed all those drums.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, Jack.
Yeah, I was about to say I actually do know what that means. So you want you want live drums though, right?
You want live drums all
Okay.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got to.
So that's why they
Pays
did
my
it.
bills.
Does
So
it?
Live Nation takes you away from Tennessee. Is that what happens?
I coincidentally enough, this was like something I felt like I was never ever like destined to do in this life, but I joined a content house with Live Nation, like truly like
Wow.
creator house
Hype house
in LA. Like it was like the Hype House rejects basically,
Yeah.
but I made some really good friends out of it. And I got to go to some cool festivals. I got to like meet the Jonas Brothers, meet Big Time
Whoa.
Rush. It was like
Oh my god,
That's
Big Time
actually
Rush.
crazy.
it was the craziest experience of my life. Like every single day waking up, like, where the fuck am I? Like, why
Yeah.
am I here in LA in a content house?
Why am
But-
I a Coachella?
Is there anyone
No,
in the
actually-
content house that we would know, like any other influencers?
No.
Is that an
Me.
industry term? Fluencers?
Influencers. No.
Influences.
Fluencies?
No. It's actually a more common name is like weirdos, like losers. Like,
Oh,
I'm
Cringe
just kidding.
Lord.
Yeah,
Theater
cringe.
kids.
Basically, my best friend that I met in the house, his name is Lars. I like lived with him for a little bit afterwards. He and I were theater kids, and like we kind of just like grouped together in the house, and then kind of like separated ourselves as the forecast for the house was trending negative. We were like, we should
Probably
Hell.
jump ship.
Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
in it for about 4 months, and then
Oh wow.
yeah.
Wait, so as Live Nation reaches out to you, and also you don't have to say anything if you don't want to about this, but what is like contract, and do you pay for living there, and like what do they pay for, and how does that all happen? That
Yeah.
you're like roommates with these people, but the thing that you do is be a roommate.
It was basically exactly that. Like I got like moved out there. They rented out this Airbnb that was like the house that we lived in for the 4 months. So I got to like that's kind of what really drove me to say yes to do it. Because everything in me was like, don't go be that person. But I mean, it was a cool experience.
But also, if you get like
I got to
handed to be that person,
I was going to say, if someone asks you to do
do
something
it.
like that, it's
Yeah,
kind of
I think
sick.
anyone's
That's what I'm
doing it. Yeah.
saying. So I'm like, you guys would do it too. But yeah,
I do it.
they paid for the whole like Airbnb. We got we submitted what groceries we wanted each week. Like we would do a content day each week where like we would have either like an artist come to the house and they would like do promos for their like new music that they were dropping, or like do like a little backyard set, and we would go to like I said, like we would go to like a Jonas Brothers concert and like create content around that, or like promo Big Time Rush, which, can I just say, those are the sweetest young men I have ever
Come
met.
on.
Oh, that's
They
actually
are
sick that they're nice.
Yeah.
Because they're
really
so
nice.
cool.
They're so cool. And like we got to film with them a couple times, which was just like
That's sick.
literally me, like outside me was like, what's up guys? What's up Big Time Rush? But inside me was like,
Was he wearing the helmet?
no. I wish.
Miss.
I actually
L.
pitched that as
L.
like one of like the ideas, because like as a comedian I was like, how do I
Way funny.
be funny with them whenever they're also trying to be serious? And I was like, let me bring out a helmet. And they were like, so we actually don't want to do that. Like that was like an issue I ran into a lot of times with like working in the content house and with like a bigger corporation. It's just that you kind of have to really walk on eggshells when it comes to comedy, and that was something I found like really limiting. So to leave the house, and amongst other things, like just like mismanagement, I was excited to kind of pursue my own creative endeavors in Los Angeles.
Also, like, you did it.
Yeah.
You, like,
I served my time
So
in
it's
war.
like, what
Yeah.
is it?
Also,
Yeah.
like, what did your family think?
It was like they were supportive, but they were just kind of like, so what? Like anytime I talked to them on the phone, they were like, so what is it you're actually doing? Like,
Yeah.
what is your actual job? And I was like, guys, I don't know.
I just, like, I'm a roommate.
I'm a roommate.
I'm being paid to hang.
I'm basically in a sorority right now. Like, but it was fun. It gave me a lot of fun stories. I actually, one of the times I like worked with the Jonas Brothers, the only time I worked with the Jonas Brothers,
Flex.
they flew a bunch of influencers like to Vegas from LA for one night for like a concert that they were doing to promote their new music. And so they had this little like congregation area in the front of the venue where they just kind of like dispersed themselves through all the different creators to like kind of make videos with them, like chat with them, whatever. And so this one girl who is an actress who I love, who I don't know if I should like say, she's not like, like, I don't know, but,
She rocks.
she rocks. She's great. She's awesome. She's funny. She's like a super fan of the Jonas Brothers. She brings this tie that she made them she brings this tie that she made for Nick Jonas, that she had made when she was like 8 years old, that she wore to one of their concerts.
Wow.
And she brought it and she was like, I'm going to give this to Nick Jonas. So like, for some reason I'm standing in this circle. Like everyone has left to go into the venue, but it's like me and like two other people still left. Like I was also like considerably drunk for this, because I was like intensely nervous because I was in a room full of like every person I'd ever seen on the internet.
Right.
So I was like, also like Emma Chamberlain was there. She ordered like a vodka tonic with orange peel, and I was like, I'm gonna get 4 of those.
Do you know what I said to Jacob when you told me your coffee order?
Oh, what was
I
it?
said that it was Emma Chamberlain coded.
Bruh.
I was like, who orders almond milk?
We didn't have.
Cold brew ass bitch. Bruh. Are you a whole milk? Are you on the whole milk train?
I am.
Me
I'm
and
a
Myers
whole
are
milk
big time whole
elitist.
milkers.
It's a bell curve, I think. Like I think it's
I did the almond milk thing, and then I did the oat milk thing, and then I went back to whole milk.
We
and I was
only
like,
have
this is
oat
just better.
and whole at Whammy.
that's kind of crazy.
Oat and whole. People ask for almond. At Prevail, we had. Wait, another nut. I can't remember.
Macadamia.
Macadamia nut milk.
I love macadamia milk. I will say that. It's pretty
like
good.
blue.
Yeah.
Are
was
you
pretty
like
good.
lactose intolerant?
No.
Okay.
Just like for vibes. Actually, I appreciate whole milk, but I think I just like for the amount of coffee I consume, it's probably like smarter for me to budget my nutrition to have like almond milk
Right.
rather than just like 400
Milk.
calories of like whole milk each
I'm a
morning.
pretty like chronic milk drinker.
Yeah,
You-
Jacob.
you
It's
got
like
the
part
vibe.
of his personality.
Joking.
Like I.
I'm sorry.
If that's
You look like a milk boy.
you look like a milk boy.
You double fist whole milk cups at me.
I literally love whole
One of
milk.
them's also a protein
The
shake.
first time I ever went on a date with a girl, I was in 7th grade, and went on a date. We had dinner with my parents, and
Oh my god.
I like burger, fries, something like that. And I was like, big cup of milk, like huge cup of milk. And she was like, "What? If you're watching, you remember this." We actually talked about it the other day. She goes to Stanford
did,
and is
yeah.
married.
Well, right.
We
Right.
we
Married at 18, obviously.
Right.
but yeah,
right.
she was like, "You're not actually gonna drink that, like with the meal, right?" I
And
was
you
like,
said, watch me.
"I'm like a 7th grade. I'm like 12." I was like, "Yeah, probably will." It's
Why
really
would I not?
Why
It's
not?
yummy.
yummy in my mouth?
Literally, I love milk.
That is gross to think about, like ketchup, fries, burger, meal.
Oh yeah.
That genuinely like
Thinking
like,
about
was
that
my
in my
worst fear for a
stomach.
while.
I don't.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I freaking
Chernobyl
love
in that bitch.
milk and like gummy bears. Like sign me up. Milk
The
and Doritos.
microplastics
Sign
are
me
like built up.
Yes.
So you're in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
ordering iced almond milk lattes at the bar.
Right, with
Late night.
orange peel, remember?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. So I was like kind of drunk, and she gives this tie to Nick Jonas. And it's like I don't really know what's happening. Like I'm walking up as this is happening, and so I'm like so confident. I'm like to Nick Jonas. She's crying, by the way. She's like so excited. To Nick Jonas, I'm like, where are you gonna wear that? Where are you wearing that at? Be honest. And I was like, and there's a video of it too. Like
Oh,
I was
no.
like, this does not need to ever.
So
come
you
out.
know, if there's a video of it, God saw it.
God saw
God
it.
saw it.
Literally, God saw it, and true. And yeah,
That
that
is-
was just like the scariest moment of my
Where are you
life.
gonna wear that? It's so
I
freaking
literally
ugly.
I was like, I dare you to wear that on stage. So I was like,
The
I need to
actor's
really-
like,
It's crazy.
she actually, thank God she did not hear me. Like, I think she was just truly locked into the moment, like
Yeah.
as you are with Nick Jonas,
Yeah,
like your
right.
childhood hero.
Yeah, he's.
Uh,
I've heard that he has like a force field, and it just like draws you in.
If
Yeah,
you are
you know
within
that
I could be
song?
wrong.
you're lost.
Yeah.
Chain. Wait, what's that song? He's got songs.
That's what I was about to say.
He's got chains on
I
you.
turn my chin music up. What is that song called?
Is it him or is it the Jonas Brothers?
I'm thinking of Jealous by Nick Jonas, where he's like,
Oh yeah, that's
still get jealous.
Yep.
Jealous. You
Yep.
know that one? Anyway, yeah, so like a lot of humbling moments came from the content house, but a lot of good stories. I was happy to put that period behind me, and I lived in LA for about a year after that, kind of just like depressed. I think I needed to come back home and like touch grass a little bit. And I also think like since a lot of what I thought was funny is kind of like centric to the South or
Yeah.
even just like the East Coast, none of my bits were landing over there. I was
Yeah.
like finding that posting online just like wasn't really all that fun. I wasn't really creatively inspired. So I moved back to Alabama last May and moved to Birmingham, and it's
Wow.
been like literally a dream ever since. I love it here. It's like perfect. I don't ever want to leave, but with that being said, I am moving again in May. So bye Birmingham.
To where?
To New York City, girlfriend.
Bruh. La Cabra alert.
La Cabra, the Chupacabra.
Wait, that's actually insane. You're moving in May?
Yeah, so super soon. I'm kind of really sad about
For
it.
like a thing or just for
She'll
the
be back.
fun?
Yeah,
You know how Birmingham is.
Give me
You know
like
how
4 or 5
it
years.
always brings you back.
It does. It ropes you in. I genuinely, like I was telling Myers this before we started recording, I was like, you're going to have to pry it from my dead hands. I love Birmingham so much,
Dang.
but it's also like one of those things where I really want to work in New York. I really want to live there before I like settle further into my life. So really excited to, just get back out there, get back into the field, get back into like collaborating with a lot of like my friends who I think are so funny online, who I draw so much inspiration for. Like some of that does exist here in Birmingham, but not as much as I would like. And yeah, it's kind of like striking while the iron is hot. I want to go be creative and work with people while this is what I do. And I don't think I'll do it forever, but while I do it now, I might as well just go like make the most of it.
Come on.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Two female influencers that I feel are in your line of work.
Your
Okay.
competition, if you will.
Not competition, but I do believe are
My
in
teammates.
I do believe are in New York, I think.
Who are they?
Delaney Rowe.
Love Delaney.
Is she in New York?
Yeah, she's like in New York and LA, I
Her
think.
content is fire.
She is the funniest person.
She is so freaking
online.
funny. She's very self-aware, and I think that's everyone who's funny is self-aware.
I completely agree.
And
Yes.
the second girl, it's her, and you definitely know who this is because she's like the funniest person ever right now.
I bet I know who it is. Veronica?
Yep.
Yes.
Veronica.
Is she in New York?
She is. And there's
Are you
kind
guys
of like,
homies?
we are homies.
Beef.
No. There's no beef. I just like have been trying to figure out how to ever like explain this, but like my current boyfriend and her dated like a few years ago, and so it's kind of like this thing where like Like I've met her once.
that's actually
and we
wild.
were like really. And
He's
she's
got to
like,
be like super funny.
he's the funniest. Like
Okay.
he's the funniest person I know. I like
Do you know who she's dating?
No clue.
Okay.
his. Well, maybe you'll
I
listen to him.
hadn't told you yet, but I've followed Jack for like years.
Have you really?
Like he's
Me
so
too.
funny to me. And
Jack
when I
Sullivan.
saw him start popping up on your social media, that was like insane to me.
That's so great.
Anyway.
That's
Wait, Jack who? What's his name? Harlow?
Jack Innanen. Jack Harlow.
Yeah, Jack
he's a
Harlow.
little
She's
further north.
dating Jack Harlow.
No
I'm
freaking
dating
way.
Jack Harlow.
He has a few songs.
I
He has a
mean,
couple.
you would be better at describing Jack.
Jack is just like if God was, you know that meme of like God, whenever God was making me, he put a little bit extra, a little dash of something in there.
Yeah.
That little dash of something that God put into Jack was like being the funniest, nicest, most amazing human being on planet Earth. And I'm not just saying this as his girlfriend. I'm saying this as like somebody who also just like followed him also for years and just thought he was so funny and like such a creative inspiration for me. But then like getting to know him, he just has this like completely like introspective side to himself that is so beautiful and like so encouraging to me. And like I think that he and I both like encourage each other to be funnier and to also be like better people in general. And so it's really fun to like to be with him and to just be in like such like I don't know, just like be so close to somebody who just inspires me so much and who also like cares about me so much. Like that's
Yeah.
fun. That's like dream come true.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
it was
How
fun.
did y'all meet?
We met. We had been like I said,
You-
like
you've
friends.
seen this guy?
I know who this is.
I was like, I don't know how to describe him. He does like the back and forth like himself, but he's two different characters.
Yeah, I know who
and then
this
he does
is.
just like some insane scenario,
Yeah.
and then like
He funny.
he's
He's super
so
funny.
He's super funny. Take it from me. We met. So I like I said, I had followed him online for a few years, and like we had both kind of just like been in relationships for the majority of the time that we knew of each other. And then last year, 2 years ago, we kind of like started chatting online. He is from Canada and I was living in LA at the time. And so he was trying to get his visa to come live in the United States, which is such a fucking crazy process. I did not know.
So you
what all that
proposed
entailed.
so that he could get a
I
green
gave him
card.
the green card.
90-day fiance.
Yeah. But he and I were originally going to meet in New York. Like as he was getting his visa, I was like flying out to New York for some work thing, and they delayed his visa by like 1 week. So we were like, oh my God, like
You
we
just
didn't
miss
get
each
to-
other?
Yeah, we just missed each other. So I was just kind of like, is this a sign? Like, are we never supposed to like work out? Because I was like, I kind of really like him. Like, he's funny. We're kind of exactly alike. So we ended up having like basically a year-long like long distance situationship is what you would
Dang.
call it. We kept thinking like, oh, our paths will cross. We'll like have like he'll have to be in LA for something. I'll have to be in New York for something. It's just like never worked out until last August. We ended up like meeting in New York. I was up there for a family trip and we were like, well, we might as well just like say hello, like just like, pass by each other, say hi. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We went on like a full date and fell in love in that exact moment. It was like exactly what we'd always kind of like assumed it would be the first time we met, but
Right.
just a year later, which was nice. We got
Wow.
to like build a friendship and like build a relationship that was purely based off communication, which I think is something like from the get-go. I was always like, you're a good communicator. Do you want to be my wife?
Yeah.
I freaking love that.
Yeah, so
That's
we
awesome.
have been doing long distance ever since then, and it's been wonderful. He is very funny, like you guys said. He's also in a show that's about to come out called Adults.
Plug.
Yeah,
Plug.
literally. I'm like, y'all make sure to lock in May 28th. Look for my man. Look for my
He's
man.
an adult.
This will probably come out like right before that, so it'll actually be perfect timing.
Incredible. I'm like, this is all for PR, guys. No.
We're doing indirect PR for your boyfriend's film.
Thank God. Someone's got to do it. Like, someone
Yeah.
has to do it.
I hope you're getting paid for this.
But it was so funny. I hope I
Ain't-
am too.
Ain't finna happen.
I'm gonna write my Venmo out. Like I'm on my phone
Yeah.
screen. Like
Yeah.
Venmo?
Here you go, FX.
Yeah. Not you knowing. Not you knowing. Did
You
you
know-
research? You just good research.
I did some research.
I didn't do a lick of research.
You
I don't
just
even know
watched
who
it
you
live.
are.
Here's the
Nice to
I
meet ya.
go back and forth. I heard Larry King's one time, like a quote from Larry King saying he didn't do any research on any of his guests, and he's like maybe one of the most like goated interviewers of all time.
Yeah.
And so like I think that's kind of awesome, but I just get too nervous. I'm like, I gotta know at least something.
It's also like
You know?
it's a waste. It's not a waste of your time, but it is kind of a waste of your viewers' time, because if someone's clicking on a video with your name on it, I would say they have some semblance of understanding of who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like what I do, like I don't share a lot of like my personal life. Like recently I've started sharing a lot more of my personal life just because I'm out of jokes. No, I'm just kidding. Business is not going well. No. But
Look, oh, wow, that's actually so fascinating. Your line of work is like, oh yeah, I've seen her.
yeah, kind of. It was actually so funny.
That's
I was walking out of the gym the other day, and this guy that I like had randomly played pickleball with like my older brother, like 3 years ago, was like, Lauren, oh my god, and we like were catching up and chatting. He also goes to Sanford.
Come on.
They all go to Sanford.
They all do.
Do you know his name?
His name is Reese. I don't remember his last
Reese
name. Reese
Skinner.
Bell? No.
Okay.
I don't know. Not to dox him. Well, actually, to dox him.
His address is.
What was I saying? Oh, but like as I was catching up with him, I heard his like group of friends be like, "She does Instagram and TikTok," and I was like, "No." But also, yeah.
But well,
That is my chosen line of work.
so you're delving
right
into
now.
the lifestyle influencer thing now, and you're doing
I
the
don't-
diabetes tracker thing.
Yeah.
And
Should we track it right now?
Yeah.
I'm actually curious.
Wait, are you tracking? Do you not have diabetes?
I don't have diabetes, but I'm on this like health journey basically to kind of like it's the Andrew Huberman of it all. I kind of just like am super interested in like biomechanics. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Biomedical engineering.
Yeah, like just
Something.
my biology. I
Yeah.
think it's like
Yeah, yeah.
good to know kind of like where you're at with most things. I have like this health anxiety of like, oh my god, am I gonna like get some disease when I get older that like I could have prevented when I was younger?
depends on if you got the COVID shot.
And I did. I did get all three. I got my boosters.
Booster,
well.
double
Yeah, so you're
boosted,
definitely
triple
gonna get a
boosted.
disease.
Me or
at
my
some point.
kid, you know what I mean? If I even can have them, it might render
Yeah.
me barren, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
Render me barren.
It's my drag name, render me barren.
Render me barren.
I'm gonna take the-
Render me barren. Oh
Let's
shoot.
see what it's at. It's
Man,
like
you
my
just
little
got-
air tag. I'm at 71, guys. This is great. I'm
Good.
really great.
Wow, is that your health score?
One might say. It's
I was
a
gonna
good
say, do you have an
biomarker.
Aura ring or like
No,
a hoop
okay.
or
So-
whoop?
I have.
You are just a hoot.
You have a woof. You have like a.
You have one of them whips.
What's it called?
God, that looked a little too.
You're a little bit too practiced in that, Jacob. How you going about the health?
Gardendale. Okay.
Okay, all right. Steven's also from Gardendale.
There it was.
There it was.
Comfortable. What was I gonna say? What were we just talking about?
We were talking about health. I asked about if you had an Aura ring.
Oh, okay. So my beef with
Not
Aura rings
sponsored
is that they
yet,
kind of
so.
look like Republican dad like wedding bands,
Mhm.
and you're like, yep, that's me.
I am a Republican
Yeah, see?
dad.
But they just look like those really thick like wedding bands that like I don't know, men in the military have.
Yeah.
A lot. This is my tactile wedding ring. So I'm kind
It's made
of
of
like,
titanium. I can punch through a wall with it.
I put it over my heart if I'm gonna get shot. It's like
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's too heavy. I done got a rubber one to wear on the river.
it actually.
I lost the
Literally-
titanium one, so I got the
I got a
rubber
rubber
one
one to wear on the river.
from
I'm not
Ace
getting it.
Hardware.
Ace Hardware.
I'm not getting it tattooed because I'll tell you what, that is a sin.
That's
I
the
don't wanna
sin.
go to hell. That was literally my
Tattoos
dad.
are sins.
Yeah. So yeah. I have this Aura ring, and no, I want an Aura ring, but I'm just kind of like fundamentally like it's not the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, like not to like rag on my diabetes people, but like this really isn't the vibe either.
Mm.
Like the
But that's
tan
like a
line I'm gonna
temporary
have from
thing,
this-
isn't it?
Yeah.
The
I have,
tan line.
10
I don't know why I
more
The
said
days
that
tan
way.
lines will fade, but the memories will last forever.
Memory.
So that
Amen,
There's
sister.
that.
Amen, sister. And
That's
then
how
what
I feel about whoops. I'm like a watch guy, so I want to wear like a watch.
Yeah.
And
Nice watch, by the way. It's cool.
thanks. It's from a company based out of New York. It's called Brew Watches.
Are they?
They're really cool.
I'm gonna have to look them up.
Coffee nerd. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to wear whoop because I want to wear like my.
yeah,
Cool
I'm
watch.
like
Yeah.
insanely anti Apple Watch. Sorry, John.
So
but
am
Apple
I.
Watches
Wait, sorry, what?
are butt ugly, dude. Yes, you're like, hold on one sec.
Sorry,
No.
what was that? Wait,
And-
sorry, someone's at my front door.
I hate Apple.
Do you
Oh my
know
god, I hate Apple Watches
How many
so
weddings
much.
I worked where the brides were like, "Do I have to take off my Apple Watch? Like, I have an
Golly,
Apple
dude,
Watch
are you
10,
serious?
and I'd rather just have the Apple Watch in my wedding photos." I'm like,
dude.
y'all, okay, whatever you want, girlfriend. It's your
I have an
special
Apple
day.
Watch 10.
No, but I actually do right now, and it's pissing me off. And so
You have a watch 10 or an Apple Watch 10?
an Apple Watch 10.
Why you be wearing Apple Watches?
Because I be running.
Oh, that's actually fair.
How
That's
do
fair.
I-
That's fair.
That was my other beef with the Aura Ring. Is like, I want to know what's going on. Like, I want to
Yeah.
know my distance, and I also don't want to like be looking down at my phone all the time when I'm running.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's
Yeah.
I don't like.
I hate that.
So-
I hate the
That's the
band-
thing I don't like.
the band that you put your phone in, or like the.
Oh,
I don't
yes,
know.
yeah.
I don't like carrying anything when I run.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
I do
But
have
it's
a, I have
Nike.
a belt, but it's only if
Yeah.
I go, like, I need to carry fuel with me.
But I will say the belt was something I kind of reluctantly adopted, and it's actually been the best.
I feel like it'd flop all everywhere.
No, you get it like real tight and like constricting, and it's kind of like it doesn't really move.
Okay.
Yours
Sam
doesn't
has a
budge.
belt, and he seems to really enjoy it. So
Yeah.
maybe I should get a belt. I'm also not as much.
I mean, if I just go
cosplay
run,
runner to like fit in with you guys. Like,
if I go
Yeah,
run like a
Strava just to,
5K or
like-
something, I'm just using my watch. I'm not bringing my phone. But
Yeah.
when I go do like 10 miles plus, then I bring my phone and I have
Yeah.
fuel and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a woman, I'm like, I probably should have like a method to
Yeah.
communicate with
A
me.
knife in your
That's very
sock.
fair.
A knife in my sock. Paper
Jameson's
spray.
great, but
Oh my-
you know.
Jameson's
Jameson
great,
is
but
great.
I need a gun.
I conceal carry at Jameson Park. It's
I want that
literally
as a
hot.
shirt.
Oh, that's a good
I want
bumper
that as a
sticker.
bumper
What's that-
sticker.
What's that girl that does the bumper sticker? Or it's a guy that does the
I
bumper
forgot
sticker.
his name.
Steven found
We
this
were
guy in
talking about
Birmingham.
making some bumper stickers for word of mouth, and we think they should have nothing to do with our
I
podcast.
love
Just like
that.
funny
It's
Birmingham
just like
stuff.
KIV ate my children or something.
Steven sends me one the other day. that was
I conceal carry on Jemison.
Steven
That's
sent me one
so
the other day that was like, it's like in parentheses, and it'd be like a picture of like a Stanford looking girly, and it'd be like, downtown has just gotten so dangerous or something.
Why
like
is
that.
that literally me though? Were we talking about this before?
Yeah.
We were like, I live in downtown, and so like
Yeah,
Birmingham is
Jack
so
Jack
safe.
was saying that it was super safe here.
Yeah, Jack came to visit, and he was like, "This feels so safe, so cozy here." I'm like, "Yeah, just don't look at like crime per capita
Yeah,
online.
literally.
Like, we don't want
That is
that."
the weirdest
Just don't
thing.
go on the other side of the interstate.
It does
Yeah.
in
feel
any direction.
super safe. Like it genuinely does feel safe, but it's not.
It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
And I've lived here my whole life, and I've never.
Yeah, there was literally a shooting in 5 points.
I've never been
I heard
robbed.
it.
My car's never been broken into. I've never even had any tampering. Not that I
Yeah.
know of.
We need to knock on some.
Sorry,
knock
you're
on
right.
the plywood.
knock on.
You don't want to be part of that percentage of people who've experienced.
I
it.
don't want to be a part of that.
No.
Murder
Want-
per capita.
No, but yeah, Jack was like, "It's so safe here. It's wonderful." And I was like, "Yeah, the gunshots are just people hunting like downtown. It's just to keep the deer population down
raccoons.
downtown."
Yeah, there's a lot of possums downtown, and they're just trying to.
Wait, so do you live in like a sick apartment downtown?
I mean, one might say it's like a sick apartment.
Where do you what?
What's your address?
Yeah, what's your address?
My address is? No, I live like kind of close to. Yeah, do I dox myself? I guess this
No,
will
you
be
don't
coming
have
out.
to.
Like,
yeah,
once
you
I
don't
move.
have to.
I live.
I was
but
gonna say this will come out. Probably you'll have already moved, so
Yeah,
you can.
I live like right next to like, which is just the cream of the crop when you.
I
move
was
to
gonna say one of the
Birmingham.
best places you could live downtown.
Have you
It's
ever run
genuinely-
into Myers
No.
or any- That's
Maybe,
cra-
probably.
I can't
like-
believe I've never.
I mean,
like,
I would know who you are, so I've seen you once.
Oh, have you?
But
really?
I was like
You didn't
getting
say
in the
hi.
car, and I didn't say hi. Sorry.
At June.
Yeah.
You're the girl from the internet.
Are you
That was
the girl that
most of
does
the thing. It
Facebook?
was like, wait, you did the Edgewood video, right?
the Edgewood video. Oh, that one goes down, and the.
That's like when I was
History.
telling
When
people
I
that
tell,
we were having
I was the same way.
when I was telling people that we were having you on, I was showing them that.
Have you
video.
seen the Edgewood
That's
video?
so
And they're like,
funny.
I think I've seen this girl before.
That's
Yeah.
funny. She does Instagram and TikTok.
She does. Oh, that's a girl.
Wait,
from
she's that TikTok
TikTok.
girl.
I'm like, and
TikTok.
YouTube, and I also get on Strava, and I have
Do
a
you know that
Goodreads.
Live Nation paid me to embarrass myself in front of the Jonas Brothers? Do you know that about me?
Did you know that about me? Did you know I literally lived in LA and then I came back home?
Los
Uh,
Angeles,
That's not lower
LA to
Alabama.
New York.
not Louisiana.
LA to New York.
I'm like bi-coastal. What?
I live out of a suitcase. Amber Chamberlain told me.
Amber Chamberlain told-
I don't think that's you. I'm just kidding.
How'd
Did you
watch
actually?
my
Did you
vlog?
meet Emma, or she was
I
just
didn't
there?
say hey, but
Okay.
she was there. She was there with her ex-boyfriend, and that's just one of those people where I don't think I'd ever really be prepared to like. I don't know what I'd say.
I was gonna say, who do you take like inspiration from?
Definitely like Emma Chamberlain. I think is just like the pioneer of like girl who just cooled her way through the internet and has just like immortalized herself as the coolest girl online.
Built an empire, if you will.
Yeah, she's a queen running her small business.
Right.
But definitely like Emma Chamberlain, definitely Delaney Rowe. Like truly, those are the funniest people and like the coolest people. Then here lately, it's just been a lot of like really, really niche creators online who have like 10 followers, but they're doing like the coolest shit I've ever seen. So I'm ripping them off.
Have you met Wesley that lives here? What do you know his last name? Yeah, Wesley Teague.
Don't think
he makes like 90s nostalgia content, and he's
cool.
like he's like similar like follower pull vibes.
Yeah, he's got like 200K.
He came in Whammy the other day, and I was like, I know
More
this
famous
dude
than
is like freaking cool, but I don't know anything about him. I looked at his stuff. Pretty sick.
He goes to church with us.
Yeah,
I play men's league soccer with him on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I
love that.
I keep trying to get him on the podcast, but he's just like flaky, which is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
am I,
I'll get
though.
him
There are so many
eventually.
things. Yeah, that's just like the bread and butter of being a creative is like, no, we should
Definitely.
get together and
Let's link.
let's
Let's
get
link.
coffee, and
Yeah.
then like y'all are not getting.
It's
if
also
they say
like
let's get
why-
coffee, you're not getting. Coffee.
I'm so over. See that for me in like musician world, it's like, dude, we should jam. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're not gonna. What are we gonna do?
Why would I do that?
Play
We should-
Weezer? Like what?
We should jam.
We should for sure
Wonderwall.
jam. It's like,
Wonderwall.
what is the purpose
Wonderwall.
of Wonderwall? I like. Also, what is the reason for like a coffee with someone you have no like what? For why? You
To
know.
explore, to create, to expand
To
your
explore.
creative boundaries, to entrepreneur.
Facts.
Entrepreneur.
That's like when people ask me, like, so what do you
That's
do?
so
I'm like,
entrepreneur coded.
I get coffee.
I get coffee. I hang.
I get coffee. We hang. We chat about what's going on in our lives.
And tariffs.
And tariffs, like I was about to say, it gets a little political and crazy.
Right.
Wait,
right.
can I ask you a more serious question?
Of course.
No.
All right, let me lock in. No. As an influencer, your phone is your job. What is because me and Myers and our community of friends, I think recently and by recently I mean like the last 2 years, are definitely beginning to be like, phone equal bad more and more. What's your vibes there?
Don't even get me started on this topic. Have you guys heard of the Nothing phone?
Yes.
I want one so
Is it like a light phone?
bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically that. But it's also kind of expensive. But
We got into the light phone thing. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's the same thing basically.
okay.
Like it has texting, calling, and like you can download music onto
Yeah.
it,
I
and like
love
that's
that.
pretty much it. But we got into it really hard for a while, and then we were talking to our friend Austin about it one time, and Austin was like, "Yeah, or you could just like delete all the apps off your phone."
Guys.
And then-
Austin.
And then it was like,
but then you're like,
So
oh wait,
then-
I could,
so
and
then
then you
we
just
did,
keep the
and then I
apps.
didn't go buy a $300 phone.
Yeah.
Because of it. So,
So like as
but-
someone who's like
business
that is your
decision.
thing, like Instagram, your phone is like your job.
Yeah.
Like what is your relationship with phone equal bad?
I've really I think phone equal bad. I've kind of really noticed, especially in the last year, like how much time my phone detracts from my life. I think like the notifications of your screen time is like the best update they've ever come out with, because mine was egregious. It was like 12 hours a day. I'm like, girl, that does not even give me time to blink. What the hell?
When do you eat? Wait,
Yeah.
you watch YouTube and eat. Actually, that's so fair.
Everybody has to, duh.
I love watching YouTube and eating in my car.
I'm
Completely.
addicted to watching YouTube while I eat.
And that's what I was gonna say. I feel like the way out of like phone equal bad, especially like for consumption, like I hate consuming short form media now, so that's really inspired me to like create YouTube videos and like come up with more long form content ideas of stuff that I'm actually interested in, because I think just like the less time I spend on my phone, the less time I think like my own creative comedic approach like is funny at all, and like so I'm not really inspired to kind of like feed into phone equal bad, like, or I guess phone equal good. Basically I just like, as a result of like just not liking time spent online, like understanding how much
Yeah.
time my phone takes away from my youth, my life, I'm like, let me actually make something that like if somebody's going to watch it, make it like kind of worthwhile.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed making YouTube videos as a result of that, which has kind of just like re-sparked this creative like renaissance in my life. But yeah, I think phone equal bad. It's just terrible for my mental health, and it just detracts so much of my day. Like I'm scrolling while I'm at a red light. Come on, lock
What are we
in.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lock in.
I think the most fascinating part about like phone and electronic culture and all the things is like no one is pro.
Yeah.
Genuinely, no one is pro phone. No one is phone equal
I've
good.
had kids.
Like, and even them, I think they'd be like, this is probably not good for me, but
Yeah.
it's like everyone's like, but I just do it. Like, it's just what it is.
Like
And
it's an addiction.
That's an
literally.
addiction.
Yeah,
That's
actually,
so crazy.
It's so true, and it's just so interesting to kind of like for that to be like my method of income. That's like my job, and so to not like play into that anymore is kind of scary. It's kind of just like hoping something else sticks, or like I don't know, like I've really been like trying to think of what actual like job would I want to go clock into, because I think like it's also so important just as a human being to make something that's not just for yourself, like to do things for other people. So like a lot of people will like volunteer, but I'm like, you guys are losers. That actually sounds like dumb and performative. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely joking.
Volunteering is dumb.
Yeah, volunteering is for freaking
You're a
posers.
freak.
Literally
You
get
volunteer.
paid.
Get paid.
Get
and
paid.
actually,
Get in your bag.
Get in your bed.
you want to look like a good person? Okay, right.
right. Sure.
Right. But
Anyway, sorry.
yeah, no, I think like just doing something that just isn't such a self-centered profession is something I'm also like super interested in, which is why I'm excited for New York. I think that's just going to open up like opportunities to creative direct, or like I really want to work in the music industry. I feel like it'd be so cool to work at a label, but also like labels are so corrupt too. So
Fix them.
it's like, that's what I'm saying. You fix Wall Street, I'll fix the record labels.
On it.
I will
What are you gonna do,
play
Jacob?
the drums.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
That's cool. You want to work in music?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I've always like loved music, and I would love to be like an A&R. Like I feel like that would be such a
A&R
cool
is dope.
job.
It's very dope.
But is that like, I don't even know enough about the music industry to know like, is that the job everybody in the music industry wants, or do people want to be like managers?
I think it's like pretty interesting. Everyone who I've ever talked to who's like doing it successful, whatever you want to call that, because that's like a crazy wide range. Like what they wanted to do is not what they're doing now.
Oh, interesting.
Like people go in wanting to be artists and end up being producers, and people go in wanting to be producers
True.
and are like creative directors, or like a lot of times people that work in labels are like really amazing musicians, but just like their life path landed them to be like an A&R.
Yeah.
So like, and some people are like, I want to do this, I do it. Oftentimes that's artists because they're like, I can't do anything else but like play or sing. So I don't know. It's interesting. I want to play drums, but I have no freaking clue what I'm gonna do. So we'll see.
For non-music people, what is A&R?
Artist and repertoire. Is that what it is?
It's I can't. It's the people that are like, you're good, you should be on our label. It's like they like search out new artists and stuff.
Basically, which I feel like that's the part of my soul that's like, I found them first.
Yeah.
I listened to this artist when I was a twinkle in God's eye.
Yeah.
I know them.
I'm pro label for sure. I think like
Are you?
I'm pro label.
Let's debate. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pro label in the sense.
Actually,
I'm pro label in the sense of like, I like when people that have a lot of money are like, this artist is dope.
Yeah.
Their music is worth something. Here's money to make your music better and put in front of more people. Like that idea at a basis is sick. And also like, yeah, there's a lot of small, awesome, like independent labels that I think are doing a lot of really good stuff in Nashville, especially. But there's also some really like shitty labels that like are corrupt and gross and don't really care about art. That was a question I had was like Live Nation, again, don't have to step on any toes, but like who you interact with that was like, hey, join this content house. Did they seem like in the know, or did they seem like out of touch, like money vibes?
It was kind of, well, so my managers brought, like the same management company that I'm still with right now, and love them. They brought me this idea, but I do think it was like, oh, this is a reputable company. This is like a good name. Like we trust them. And like, did they do anything to like stab me in the back? Like Live Nation or my managers? Like, no, not at all. I think it was truly just when it came down to the hired management of the house that we interacted with every single day where things started to go wrong. And then also just like corporations' expectations of like what happens on the internet without really like playing into it whatsoever and like spending time online. They're like, make this TikTok go viral with the Jonas Brothers. And I'm like, well, yeah.
I can
make this go viral.
I can make a TikTok. That's what's also that's so fascinating, like label wise. No one cares.
Oh, yeah.
People care about how good your music is. There's like a bar you need to meet for how good you are. But like numbers is so everything. I know so many bands who were like nothing in their hometown and then had some videos go viral and then are like doing full US. Full US sold out now.
Completely. And I think like so many artists get caught right in that exact like that web because they're like, I don't want to be that artist who's like plugging my song online, like making all these like cringy TikTok. Like they're just
Is
so
this
afraid
the
of being
song of the
perceived.
summer?
No, literally, guys, you think it just that basically that. And yeah, like so many artists don't want to do that. They kind of want it to happen naturally to them, which I completely understand.
It's just like not reality.
But it's not reality anymore.
which sucks.
I know, it's really sad because
Unless you make something like amazing enough to just be like unavoidably good,
yeah,
McGee.
yeah,
Like unless it's like he doesn't promote. People that don't promote are like insane and really good.
yeah.
Frank
And
Ocean.
Frank
He's, like,
Ocean.
actively trying to not be famous.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you're like so creative and like so gifted that it's just like it's unavoidable that you're going to be successful.
That's how I think about. Yeah, like
Myself.
basically, it's me.
That's kind of like me, actually.
No, you just described literally me. I think that's so true. I think like if you are good enough, like you kind of have no choice but to pursue that, and that's just kind of like your onus in this life is to create to the best ability that you can. And I see that's why like I love music. I love artists, especially like smaller artists who are doing that, who are making shit you've just like never heard in your life, and like that's the future of music. And like you can just tell they're not like in it to just like make a quick pop hit or like a trending audio or whatever. It's just kind of almost like, I know this probably like hurts you to make because it's so good and like so much of your soul is in this, and I love that. I think those are the people who are going to get the furthest in the music industry. But it is so sad to see so many artists just be like, I'm not successful in the eyes of a record label because I'm not making my viral TikTok moment. And
That's I
hate it for you.
That's my like dichotomy with being in music school is like I'm definitely taught like that there's formula, and I just don't think there's formula. Like I don't know, I like some songs that I hear that I'm like, wow, that is like genuinely such beautiful art. It's like slow burn. It takes like 2 minutes to get to the words starting.
Yeah.
And like I think a professor would be like, you've lost me, like you need the hook to start so I can like be caught on. And I'm like, why are we teaching like TikTok brain?
Yeah.
Like it's like let it like be what it is. Like if it's beautiful, it's beautiful.
That's something I wanted to ask you about,
Ooh, yeah.
Lauren. Slight off tangent, but like when you make a full-time living creating something, music or content or comedy or whatever it is, there is this part of you that has to like basically be an entrepreneur, be a business owner, where it's like I have to make money.
Yeah.
What
and they're gonna be waiting.
They
right
did this
now.
last week too.
Can you hear in the mics?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it'll
What's
be fine.
crazy is it just rained. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
like we're not when we're supposed to.
Come
read.
on, Southern people know that
Weed
like, when it
eating
rains,
happens
you can't.
when it's dry.
Yeah.
You need to do it right before it rains. It's gonna rain at 4 p.m.
That
My
dude
dad
has
literally
a
being like, get out
stash.
there.
That dude has a stash and a half. Holy crap!
So
And the
last
cowboy hat
time,
on too.
Yeah,
Damn.
he
last
was
time
kinda
when we
sick.
interviewed Hannah, have you been to Last Call Bakery?
Yeah.
We just interviewed her, and the
cool.
guys cut grass last time too, and
No.
there were 3 of them, and each of them came out and each one had a different hat on. So every time we'd be like, "Oh, he's back! Wait,
Different
hat."
Oh, God.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Anyway, being a creator, you do have to make a living. It's a good thing to make a living. It's not a bad thing to make money
Correct.
creating. In fact, if you want to do that full time, you should think about making money. What has that experience been like for you? Because I admire when people can balance that and not just
Relationship between like
be a human
artistic
billboard.
value and like money.
I honestly can't
Yeah.
really tell all the ways that you make money, and I'm not trying to ask you to
Wonderful.
tell us that, but like I think that's brilliant because I don't think you should be a human billboard, but I do think
Yeah.
you should make money. How do you strike that balance?
That is such an interesting question that I literally wrestle with every single day, because it's that of like, I want to be funny and I just want to like do it my way, and I want to like operate in a way that like no one can really tell when I'm trying to like sell them something or whatever. But it, especially lately, like I think like influencer marketing has become super selective. Like I think brands are really going after people who will like say the product first, last name, like plug it and tag it and like do all the proper things that you're supposed to do, so that they get the most out of like what they spend on you. So like as somebody who like doesn't really like talk about like the products I use when I go to bed at night or whatever, like it's kind of hard for me to break into that space, which is where like the majority of the money is. I think also like having a management company is very helpful, because they pitch you to brands and, you know, like kind of go to bat for you. But what I've noticed is that like it's like me being funny online isn't really enough to like get brand attention anymore, unless you're obviously like a Delaney who has just like completely commandeered the influencing space through means of comedy and like subtle brand incorporation, which I think is just like the goal for most comedians who are looking to make their money through influencing. It's just kind of like, you can tell I'm doing this ad because that's obviously an ad, but it's also funny and entertaining and people want to watch it. And Jack actually is somebody who does such a good job at balancing that as well.
I was going to say, I think I've seen a couple of his videos. Did he do like Sarah V or something like that?
Was it Sarah V? I don't know.
I've seen a couple with him, and there's like a couple other people, I can't remember their names, who have done it, who I think it was actually like, it was still funny, and I did know it was an ad, but it wasn't like funny Sarah V.
Yeah.
It was like kind of woven in.
And that's what's hard is like, I think like finding brands like that, it's so nice because whenever they have, like they kind of have trust in you as the creator, as the comedian or whatever, to like write a script and loosely involve them. Like that's what you really want to get. Like, but I think a lot of brands aren't looking for some like cover up for like what the ad's supposed to be. They just want it to be like, this is my
human billboard
routine.
Yeah.
So like lately I've really been trying to figure out like, okay, how do I mix all of it together? How am I funny and I talk about my interests, and I also like kind of create a concise like almost like script for a video where it does allow for me to speak naturally about like what products I use. So like with running. Sorry, just stuttered so bad. With running.
Bruh.
That's so embarrassing.
Minor grammatical error. Minor grammatical error. Keep going.
Cut that shit out. No, I'm just kidding. But like
he was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can tell. He hasn't had his meds.
I ain't had my meds. I ain't had no food to eat today.
Oh, what's your blood sugar at?
I don't have a thing.
You don't got your air tag?
I don't have a thing. Dang it.
Human air tag.
They're really fun. I mean, I like check it all the time. It's super interesting. But yeah, like with running, I tried to like incorporate like what shoes I use, like talk about like supplements that I'll take, talk about like Strava or something, just like something to naturally plug what I'm hoping will become like lucrative in some way. But also like not being disingenuous, because I think like so many people can tell immediately when you're like just trying to sell them a product. And if you're just overly like, I love this product, it's like, all right.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have to know. Have you ever done a mobile game ad?
Have I ever done a mobile game ad?
Raid Shadow Legend.
Mobile game ads are always the like.
I have.
What
I did Monopoly.
Monopoly Deal?
Yeah. Well,
Monopoly Go.
Monopoly Go. Yeah,
I was gonna say actually Monopoly Go is kind of
Monopoly Go is
I did. I had it for a week. I will say.
Did you really?
I've played it like for a very short period of time, but yes.
Did you make hella cash?
No, I did not.
Dang, dude.
Oh, well, I see why you deleted it.
I think mobile game ads are the most egregious advertisements I ever
so.
I interact with by far.
Yeah.
Like they are insane.
I think that we need more of them, though. I actually think
I'm actually working on an
resurgence-
app right now.
Yeah.
How much mobile?
That's actually why I got you
doing?
on. The reason I asked you to come on was to plug my app.
Plug my app.
I can't tell if you're joking or not, because like something about like being a creative is like, yeah, I'm developing an app right now.
Texas
like,
Poker Hold'em triple dip.
Beyonce edition.
Beyonce edition. And
so
also it's
imagine
$9.
pickleball and poker had a baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like pickleball with like a little edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love pickleball.
Okay, go talk about running.
Oh God, I could talk about running.
How did you get into running?
How fast do you think?
How fast?
How fast do you think?
How fast?
The question is.
So you love running. How fast?
It's about distance.
4.
I fear. No.
Distance.
I grew up kind of like in a whole family of runners. Like my brother ran cross country, so I was always kind of like, that shit looks like it sucks. Like I see you running cross country, I hate that. No, it was more like, and they were like crying, throwing up.
Yeah.
So my first like real interaction with running was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But then I did soccer for a little while growing up, and I was like, wait, I kind of love this. But the thing about living in a small town in Alabama is about 90% of schools. Did Gardendale have a soccer team?
We did have a soccer team, but
Steven played on it.
Football is by far
King.
way more important.
Even if your school sucks at football, it's like
You still love your school's football team.
yeah, exactly. So I did not have a soccer team. So I really wanted to pursue that, but I ended up just doing track and field after that. And I was like, okay, I could do short distance. And then I just ended up not liking that either. So I didn't run for like a decent portion of like my late teens, early 20s. And then when I lived in LA for a while, I was like, I'm depressed. What can I do each day to kind of like feel like I accomplished something? And so running kind of became that. I was also like just in the most beautiful like landscape to go run in, like to run down by the beach. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that every single day. Sorry, is it getting you emotional?
Yeah, really emotional.
I love
It's
the
not,
beach.
not allergies. It's emotions.
So yeah, I started doing that, and I really loved it. I just got like right back into it. Also, like the hiking in LA was so wonderful, so I would just like try to run and hike every single day. Because I knew I wasn't going to live there forever. And I was like, I want to see.
Take advantage of it while you're there.
No, literally.
Be
and, like,
present.
Thank God I did, because it literally like all burnt down, which is kind of tragic as fuck.
So sad.
It actually
No,
is really
literally.
sad.
it
No,
burnt
we need
down.
to save them. I don't know if I should talk about that, actually.
We
Don't.
need to save them.
They actually all went to Coachella so they could rebuild LA.
Something
while they're
Katie-
gone.
We're worshiping at Burning Man to raise money for.
Something Katie does that I'm realizing is more common than I thought is when something is like, whatever the thing is that we're talking about or interacting with, she says, thank you, and then that thing.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you, podcast.
Thank you,
Like, if she was on
podcast.
right now, she'd be like, thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
That's
I
really
talked to her about her coming on the other day.
I know she said
We
that.
gotta-
she
we
told
gotta
me.
set
We
it
gotta
up.
have
Is
her
Katie
on.
your girlfriend?
Mhm.
Oh, would
She's
love
from
to meet her
Chat.
broad.
She's awesome.
Oh, that's right. Katie from Chat.
She's
Katie
from
from
Chat.
Chat.
She has red hair. Here's 3 things about Katie. She has red hair. She really likes history.
She's super hot.
And she's mad attractive to me.
Sounds like my kind of girl.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she
Anyways.
sounds awesome. I'd love to meet her. I love a girl who loves history. Like a bitch who could just spout a random fact is my favorite.
She loves history. She's a double major in
history. Thank you.
her story and economics.
Oh, cool. So a little twin action.
Big
You're
brain.
economics,
She's gonna
right?
make hella
Yeah.
racks and then know a bunch about Abe Lincoln and stuff.
Facts.
Wow. Okay.
Hello
Well,
Rax and Abe Lincoln.
you get to be like a stay-at-home mom then, though.
Yeah, I'll play the
He's a
drums.
stay-at-home drummer.
Check out this sick drum beat I just came up with.
Guys, is
Stay-at-home
this the
drummer.
drum beat of the winter?
Is this the drum beat of the recession?
This is the tariff beat.
That's actually that's gonna cost you $500.
That's some $500 because drums actually are made in Japan.
Are they?
Nope.
Oh.
Made in America. Come on now.
They're all gonna be made in America now.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God.
And praise Dale. And thank you, podcast. I love that. I'm
Thank
gonna-
you,
you,
Lon
podcast.
Cantrell. Thank you, podcast.
So you're running because there are no other sports when you're a girl from Alabama.
Yeah, basically that. Actually, that's kind of true. Like, I feel like girls play like golf and
We do have volleyball in Gardendale,
Yeah.
and there's some girl, what's her name? Merritt Beeson.
Merritt Beeson. She's the
Who's like
the best
literally
volleyball player in the country
Oh,
right now.
Yeah.
no way.
Kind of elect. Do you have any experience with volleyball?
No.
Volleyball?
Volleyball?
volleyball.
No, it always like hurt my arms like a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. Do they just have like the thickest skin ever on
Yep.
their arms? Is that
Big
how it
old
works?
wrists, I hear.
Big old wrists. I was not born with big old wrists, so I was not destined to play volleyball. I don't have like proper landing gear for that. But
Proper landing.
Never got that update. Never got that jailbreak.
Never got that. I never got the volleyball update.
I didn't.
Missed out on that one.
Yeah. Wait, give us like your best like volleyball like grunt, because they always have like a good like. Yeah, that was good.
It's like I played tennis, so I got the grunt.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that was another one too. Like a lot of girls played like tennis.
Yeah, a
that
lot of
was
girls played
good.
I love tennis so much.
He is actually like really good at tennis.
I'm
Are
okay.
you?
I'm okay. I'm not very
I don't know very many people who play tennis, so he's the best tennis player I know.
let's go. I'm not very
Doesn't that warm the
limber.
heart?
That warms my heart. Thank you, tennis.
Yeah.
Thank you, tennis.
Tennis. Does that translate over to pickleball? Are you like equally goated at pickleball as a result?
I was when everyone was getting into it, everyone was like,
We
what
got
the
into
frick?
pickleball before everyone else
No, and I know.
Pickleball
Actually-
and McGee I got into.
did. We got into
before
pickleball when the only courts were Crestwood.
We played
or
remember
Oak
when we
Mountain.
played there?
Shit,
Oak
okay.
Mountain and Crestwood were the only ones.
That's actually where
Crestwood
I-
before they redid it. Now it's really nice. Before
Yeah.
the fence was too close, so you
There
could
was
like
no room.
yeah, there's no room to back up and hit balls.
And that's important.
You need the room. You're big. I mean, pickleball has been mentioned many a time.
I think
You're
it's
a
just
big
topical.
pickleballer?
I used to be. You know what I mean? I've kind
Mm.
of like hung up my paddle now.
I
I'm
got you.
retired.
Did you
but
make content
hung up the
having to do with
binge
pickleball? No.
No, I never did. I feel like strangely enough, I feel like spike ball needs a resurgence in the same
Oh my
way
gosh.
that
Come
pickleball
on.
I
had
freaking
a
love
resurgence.
spike ball.
I love spike ball, and I am so competitive when it comes to spike ball. I'm like, if they stop mowing this grass out there, we're gonna have to bring the net out.
Praise.
I
Well, we got
freaking
3
love
people,
spike
so
ball.
I don't really know
I'm
how
pretty
it would
bad. I'm bad enough to where like all my friends are very good at spike ball, and they're like, "Oh, we have 4." Oh, but Jacob. I do. I suck though. It's like not fun when one person is like really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
just feel bad. I mean, it's hard, you know.
It's it's not easy. Wait, are
Yeah.
you a ping ponger?
like when I need to be
Passively
passively.
ping ponger.
I was
Band name.
gonna
It's a
say
good band name.
he has a ping pong table in his basement.
I'm pretty
so
about ping
they're
pong
like
games,
really
but I live in
Such
like
a boy
I live in like a
thing.
house with college males, so it's like you
Yeah.
gotta have ping pong table.
Right.
You have to have if it's not a pool table, it's a ping pong table.
Yeah,
Right.
pool table also takes upkeep.
That's
Facts.
You
true.
gotta felt it. That's about
Felt it.
I think it's called feel. I think you gotta feel it. Sorry.
You gotta.
Stupid.
That's not the right tense.
So-
Minor grammatical error.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
running,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
picked it back up in LA.
I picked it back up in LA, and then my brother is also like a huge runner as well. So we would just run like at Red Mountain all the time when I'd come back to visit before I moved back. And I was like, yeah, I could do this. And then I moved back, and it was just like a full personality trait for me. Like every single day on Strava, like, guys, I just ran 10 miles. Guys, I just ran 5 miles.
Come
Guys,
on.
give me kudos.
Thumbs
But
up, thumbs up,
I
thumbs up.
love kudos.
I do too. I live
Kudos
for it.
are awesome.
Shout out to Myers also for giving me kudos before I got here. I got
Let's
that
go.
notification. And I was like, I know this.
I was
man.
scrolling through Strava at lunch.
As
Let's
you
go.
do.
Did you
What
run
was-
today?
No. I'm going.
I will
I'm going
say
after this.
you have
Let's go.
inspired some of, at least I can't speak for my friends, but some of my Strava posts because you just
Have
post
I?
stuff
Yeah.
that you do,
It's great.
and I'm like, this. We should
Wait, the
all.
pictures are on your runs or just stuff that you do? Or you
Yeah,
just
just
are
like stuff
all of the
throughout her
above.
life,
I
yeah,
love that.
like
or
stuff
whatever.
throughout my day, stuff from the runs. I kind of weirdly got like scared about my privacy there for a while, so I was like,
Yeah,
maybe I
that's
shouldn't post
Actually, pretty
That's
fair.
actually my runs.
Do you
but
keep Strava tight, or do you like have a lot of people, or?
No, I plug that. I plug it to every single social media outlet. If I can make money off of it, trust me, I'm gonna plug.
I'm gonna plug it.
I'm gonna plug.
How many Strava followers do you have?
I don't know, Myers. Do you know? No, I'm just kidding.
I actually
think I
don't know
have,
that
like-
I
one.
did my research.
2,500,
Let's go.
maybe, which is fun.
I was gonna say we had a whole thing where we talk about like 5 Strava kudos is better than like 10,000 likes on Instagram.
Yeah.
Completely
Like a
agree with
Strava
you.
kudos is infinitely better.
Dude, Mary
And-
Thomas Queen hits me with some kudos. Every
Yeah,
time.
she
Like,
does.
let's freaking go.
And
Yeah, you always
posting
have
like
your
your normal
people.
stuff that you do in your life, like
Yeah.
that's better than Be Real. Like that's
I
like this
am
is
saying.
this is my
I-
life, and I worked to
worked
post this.
Absolutely.
It's been, I,
That's
I
honestly so
spent
true.
an hour on
Dude,
this
I
post.
And I
frick-
do.
I frick with Be Real so heavy.
Still?
I frick with it so
You
heavy.
got to be the only person keeping that app alive.
Sam
like-
Edens told me to get it back, and I
Dude,
did.
it's so
and there
fun.
are 3 people who still
Yeah, I
use
know.
it.
It's like
No.
I when I got it back, I was like, okay, wait, I can keep like 10, and then it's like a group chat.
yeah.
Kind of fun.
I see it replacing like Snapchat in that way. Like, I
Are
think
you a Snapchat haver today?
no.
Honey,
I
no.
hung
Let's
up
freaking
that
go.
hat. Actually, my brother and I had a really long streak for a while. It was like up to like 3,000 something
Holy
days.
cow.
I'm going to the beach. I don't know if I'm gonna have service. Can you keep my? Can you log in and keep my streak?
Can you log in and keep my? No, but literally though, sometimes I will like occasionally go on to Snapchat and it'll be like,
Look at my memes.
no, it'll be like, this is my 4-year-old child, and I'm like, we went to high
Who
school
are
together.
you?
You have
Yeah.
a 4-year-old.
If I
That's
see
your
someone in their
expecting.
20s Snapchatting,
Dude,
that's like,
I
That's
will
what I'm saying.
literally
I'm like,
till
you're
the day I
sending
die.
streaks.
I will make fun of you publicly if you have Snap.
I don't want to
publicly if you
dox
have
this
Snapchat.
guy, but there's someone that I work with who's in his
No.
late
He
20s,
works with
No.
in his late 20s.
and he uses Snapchat
I mean,
regularly.
that's so dumb. He's been on the podcast.
He's been on the podcast.
Huh,
I don't
okay,
think
so we
John
need to burn
still.
the room.
I don't think John still uses Snapchat except for to Snapchat Liliana. So that's honestly fair. His wife, my brother's
Wife check.
Wife check.
Wife check.
You
Wife
gotta.
check.
Dude. Wait, do we still do that?
What is
Okay,
wife
so we used to do all these like
Little
sound effects and stuff.
Love.
And Steven's usually the one sitting next to the board, so he always does them. So I don't know which of the buttons do them. So then I don't want to interrupt and be like, wait. Sorry,
I love that
it's
one.
Wait, play.
No.
Try to find the wife one. Yeah, that's the wife one.
anytime we mention like, who are you dating?
Love that. Jack in an That's what I'm using, guys. What up, Jack?
Yeah.
I love that.
I love
Wait,
that.
Jacob, the red hair girl.
Katie Whitener.
Katie.
Wait,
There it is.
That's great. And your wife's name is?
Claire.
Claire.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't mentioned my wife. My wife, she's brown hair, curly hair.
Love that.
She's from Fairhope, Alabama.
Oh, little beachy girl.
Girl.
That's a good spot.
She's in Gadsden right now doing a clinical rotation.
Oh, fun. She's a nurse?
She is a
Sorry.
she's studying to be a PA,
Hell yeah.
physician's assistant.
How are you supporting her in that endeavor?
Well, partly
Walk in, answer this well.
Yeah, come on.
partly I'm working to make money so that we can live. So that's part
She's
of
going
it.
to pay you back.
What do you
know?
think Myers does for
Facts.
work?
Oh, good question.
I don't know. You got to be like a either like a software engineer or you work at a startup, like a tech startup, or you are purely just a creative. Or you like work in children's ministry and kind of like look after little ones.
Children's ministry. Me and Myers.
I just got
babysat-
so many compliments.
Me and Myers babysat together the other day to raise money for a trip that we're going on.
Yeah. We're going to
When?
Budapest, speaking of traveling.
Budapest.
Cool. What are
We're
you
going
guys
to
going
Budapest.
for?
Like on missions work.
Fun. That'll be really exciting. When are you
College
leaving?
ministry.
We leave
May 4th.
Wow.
Yeah.
May it be with you, by the way.
Thanks.
May 4th to May
We'll be
16th.
May 16th, yeah. 2
Yeah.
weeks.
But yeah,
That's super
we were
exciting,
babysitting
guys.
and the girls were like very mean to me.
They were so
Oh,
mean
no.
to
Wait,
Jacob
how
for
old
no
were they?
reason.
Like
4, 6.
I don't know how. I don't really know how kids' ages work. Like I think a little girl could be like 2 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
That's
But
fair.
I am like pretty like when I babysit or interact with children, I like put myself on their level. I think like I try to be funny and
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
And they like took that and ran with it and were like spitting on me and such.
Oh.
Yeah, they were not nice.
And then with Myers, they like like loved
I was
you.
just kind of like sitting in the corner chilling, and they were really
You were like
nice
the
to me.
popular loner.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
different. They like guys who are different.
I was the wise old man.
Wise old man.
Yeah.
With a mustache.
That's so
Myers
funny
sells
to
insurance.
Yeah, I do insurance for churches and
Oh, and-
nonprofits.
I guess they do need insurance.
They do.
Do you say insurance or insurance?
I say insurance.
Insurance. How do you say it?
Insurance.
Me too.
Do people say insurance?
Insurance.
It's like the word insurance, but with in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's odd.
I learned the other day.
The week that you get like off when you're in school in the spring, how do you say that?
Spring break.
Okay. My dad says spring break,
Spring break.
like point break, but spring.
Spring break.
Okay.
Spring break. Summer
Wait.
camp.
When you chop up lettuce and then make it with
Yep.
a bunch of
Yep.
vegetables, what's that called?
That's gonna be a salad.
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 What's the other option?
Claire says that I say salad, like
Oh.
salad.
That's not
She's
Mississippi
always
coming out.
nagging
I guess.
about how I say the word
She always makes fun of
salad.
me. I'm like, I just salad. What do you mean?
Babe, salad.
You're the perfect husband. All she can do is make fun of like the way you say salad.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys
just
are
so
great.
Everything
I'm so
else
perfect.
is. Oh my gosh, it's a different hat. You were right.
You're
I told you.
right.
You
I told you. There's a third
right.
one. Just wait.
I can't wait to
The
see
third
him.
guy will come back
The
and he'll
three
be
wise
edging.
men.
Oh my god.
He's edging. He's pause. He's what? Pause.
Pause.
I fuck with his hat. I frick with his hat heavily.
I love saying I frick with stuff heavy.
Yeah.
I frick with be real heavy.
I F word with that heavy.
I F word with that.
I F word
Be
with
Real
that
coming
so
back is-
heavy.
I was not expecting Be Real to have a resurgence. I kind of thought
It
it, was
does-
going to
it
die
might be a
with-
my whole
personal
thing,
thing.
my
I
whole
think
thing
so.
was when they started doing ads. I was like
There
principally
are ads?
against.
There's
Yeah, they
ads,
started
yeah.
doing ads, so I
Mobile-
deleted
Piss me
mobile
off.
game.
the day that they and Instagram will advertise on there. It's like
Yes.
really.
Really?
The day that they started
Really?
doing ads, I deleted it. I was like, I will not use this out of principle.
I love it.
You are so strong.
I know.
I feel that though. TikTok now has like started to do ads like before the video's even over with. Like,
Yeah.
that's gonna
Wait,
piss
what?
me off. Yeah, if it's like a longer video, if it's like over 3 minutes or something, like they'll put an ad like in the last 10 seconds of the video. And if I'm somebody who put out a video that's 3 minutes long, which I would just never do that, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. Would love to do that, but that would make me so
Long-form.
mad. I'm like, the end of the video is like where you
Right
really
there,
want everybody
yeah.
to like wrap it up. Like, come on, like get a happy ending, and it's like
Yeah,
this
subscribe,
is an
like-
ad for TurboTax, and I'm like, okay.
Wait.
Turbo
Okay, as
tax.
someone who has influence on the internet,
Yeah.
do you have any experience with Mr. Beast?
Yes. Well, no. Actually, Jack ended up working with Mr. Beast a couple different times,
go.
which was so funny and so random.
That's insane.
That was actually like some of his only experience with the South. He was like, I came to North Carolina. Is he in North Carolina, South Carolina?
I think North Carolina.
Yeah. He was like, I ate at Cookout, and it was the craziest experience of my life. And I was
I
like, you ate at
love Cookout.
Cookout? I do too.
I frick with Cookout.
What do you get the tray?
Yeah, 2 cases. Well, usually I'll switch it up. Honestly, I'm not a consistent order there, but 2 quesadillas with cheese bites and Cajun fries.
That is so much cheese.
It's dang, that's a lot of
That's a lot of cheese.
cheese in the bites, cheese in the quesadillas.
The bites though are. I'm with you with the bites in the Cajun fries. Like,
What are you, big double burger?
no, just I'm a single burger. I'm a single burger.
I'm a single burger kind of girl.
I get the little burger and then I get the cheese bites and I get the Cajun fries and then I get a large Dr. Pepper.
Well, are you cheerwine? Are you cheerwine girly?
I tried, but it's just not.
I'm a pink lemon. I love pink lemonade.
But then I went on this weird like health journey where I was like, damn, like the red 40's in everything.
Red 40. I mean, it is though.
I need a lockout of red 40.
Aspartame, red 40. I'm out on.
But see, aspartame is like the one like area I can budge in because I'm like, okay.
Do you like diet soda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't like carbonation, so I don't. I'm out of this carbonation.
That's kind of nice though. That's like you've got like a really good
cheat code.
advantage to your life. Like I
Top
think
3
you have
drinks: lemonade, milk, water.
lemonade, milk, water in
I
that order.
love that. No.
Okay.
Actually, water's probably one. I love water, so it's so
That's
freaking
such like a
yummy.
boy thing. Like, I love water. Like, I've had no water today. I've only had a gallon of water. What are you talking about, bro?
I don't carry a gallon of water. Do you think I'm a gym bro? Be honest. I'm not a gym bro.
I don't know how to answer that question. So, because I think if I say yes or no, that has like connotations.
I
to,
think
like,
gym bro is
Yeah, I think
kind of weird.
you don't have like gym bro vibes, but not to say like you
Earlier,
don't. Go to
earlier
the
you
gym.
said I'm protein shake in one hand and milk in the other.
Oh, that
Whoa.
was just me kind of like generalizing men, and I'm sorry about that.
Mm.
I'd like to apologize to men everywhere.
I would like to
All
apologize
men.
to all men.
To all men. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do I have gym bro vibes?
Big time.
100%.
Yeah.
Big time gym bro vibes. You go
Big
to
gym bro.
Amped.
I go to Amped. And I get freaking amped, and I do lines of ketamine. Not ketamine. What is it called?
Lines of cocaine.
No, ketamine is right, isn't
the
it?
other K word.
Creatine?
Creatine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Creatine
creatine's
is
a
also spelled with a
C.
C.
It's a C.
That's gonna be a C. Yeah.
That's so embarrassing.
I had ketamine one time.
Did you?
It's when I broke my wrist. Like I fricked my wrist, and then I got it reset. And as they
You
were putting
frick
me to
heavy
sleep,
with your wrist.
I frick heavy with it. As they were putting me to sleep, so
They
reset
iced my
my wrist. They put a big old watch on it. No, they put like a shot in my arm, and I saw it, and it said ketamine, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then it felt pretty cool. So
That's what I hear. I hear ketamine is like quite supplemental to
I was like,
some people with like mental.
super sleepy.
Yeah. You should start microdosing. Just kidding.
Facts.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
How did you meet McCall?
Oh, I met McCall actually, as everyone who is fortunate enough to go to a NAN pop-up meets McCall. I had a few friends who'd known her from Florence, and I was like, I need to know this girl. She's super cool, and she's doing stuff that I think is so cool. And so I met her at one of her pop-ups, and then, yeah, we just kind of clicked after that. Now she's in Italy, like, living her life, and
She living there?
no, she's
Oh,
just
she's
visiting. right now.
sourcing.
She's sourcing.
Yeah, I know.
She hijacked a family trip to go sourcing.
So
I've seen her
actually,
stuff. It looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
I've seen
Have you?
her stuff in Italy.
What is she
It's
doing?
been looking dope.
Name 3 things. And I'm just
Shirt,
three-
pants, hat.
love. And she
Actually, facts.
let's call her up. Hey, girl. No, I met her. That's like somebody like truly like to leave Birmingham. I'm so sad to leave the friends that I've made here. Like McCall being one of them. It's just like you took a risk to do something that you love, like that you're super passionate about in a town that you don't know how it's gonna go, but you just kind of like know you have no choice but to like do this. This is your passion in life. I love those people.
Yeah, that's so
I
sick.
feel like that's the pod, maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But yeah,
I met
think
McCall in June randomly. She was
Yeah.
wearing really cool Solomons.
I want to. Oh, I was gonna ask you about Solomons. I see her. Yeah, in the Solomons. I want a pair of Solomons. Do you run in your Solomons?
I don't. These are pretty purely fashion.
They're
I'll
really
walk in them.
fashion.
Go on a walk in them. I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely could. They're incredibly comfortable.
Okay.
But I run in ultras.
Oh,
Smay.
interesting.
I'm a zero drop guy.
Yeah, not me.
For our listeners, the basically running shoes, some of them have like a raised heel to help with heel striking.
Springing
and
you
trying
forward.
trying to make it softer on your feet. And I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I want flat.
Interesting.
Zero
well,
drop.
are you like a speed runner or are you a distance runner? Or both?
I've been a distance runner. I ran my first marathon in February.
Hell yeah. What was your time?
4.5 hours.
That's impressive. That's great.
was
What's
okay.
that pace like? That's like a
10, 15.
yeah. That would kill me.
Dude,
to
that is insane. I cannot even conceptualize running 10 miles.
But
But I'm not a runner. I just cosplay it.
Yeah.
yeah.
We have a group that runs every Monday, and Jacob does that, but he doesn't do any other running outside of that.
That's not
That's
completely
all you
true.
need.
That's not completely true, but a lot of weeks it is just Monday.
yeah.
Yeah.
But freaking tennis, cycling, whatever.
So
yeah.
playing
I,
the drum.
Steven,
Well-rounded.
I'm kind of the guy where like I have a lot of dreams and stuff that I want to do, but I don't want to do it by myself. So as soon as I find a friend who's like, let's do this thing, then I'm like all in, and then we do it.
I'm with you.
So that's how we started a podcast. Was Steven was like, let's start a podcast, and I was like, okay, I'll do all the editing and social media and booking and everything for it. And
Freak you, Steven. You don't do anything?
no, I didn't want to. No, that's not what I was trying to say.
And Steven, you just show up. And
Steven shows up sometimes, but then sometimes he just bails.
Sometimes it's
I'm just
me.
kidding.
Okay.
No, I don't want to trash Steven.
You take
but
51%.
You're right.
50.
But he suggested that we run a marathon, like in October or something, and so I was like,
Yeah.
sure. And I had been running for about a year, but I was only running probably like 6 to 10 miles a week.
Yeah.
Like that's running, but
Yeah.
that's not like training for a marathon.
Yeah,
It's
it
very
feels
different.
completely different when you start pushing that mileage up.
Yeah. So we did the whole training block. He got injured and sick during the training block,
No.
so he did
That
the half,
sucks.
Oh,
and then I did the full.
proud of you for still
um,
sticking with the full. That's dedication.
I mean, I was like, I've already come this far. I should just do it, and it was really hard,
Yeah.
but I did it.
Where was it at?
Gulf Shores,
Oh, fun.
which
Was
is
it a pretty
super flat.
trail?
Yeah, unbelievably flat, which
That's
is part of
sick.
why we did it because
Yeah.
it's so
That's so sick.
easy.
That's why I did the one in Fultondale. Have you run in Fultondale before?
I work in Gardendale,
Oh,
so
you
yes,
Take a little trip over. Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great trail over there. It was the
the
same
rails to
thing.
trails thing.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was like
that's-
this
yeah,
is
that's
the
a
flattest
great
half
spot.
in Birmingham or in the state. I was like, okay, let me sign up for that because, yeah, if I had to make like people who are like strategizing the New York Marathon or the New York Half,
Yeah.
talking about like all the different hills and stuff, like in the like to conceptualize it, like yes, it sounds hard, but in the moment, like running the half, I was like, if I had to run up a hill right now, I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna have to carry me out here on a stretcher
Yep.
because I don't know how people are running like. What was the world record that was just set for a marathon? It was like this guy's pace was like 4 minutes 45
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
You're done. Like you need to go to space. Like you need to be an astronaut or
Yeah.
something and live on Mars
Just
and
run
we
to
do
freaking
tests on you.
space or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not just freaking run to space? That's like a diss,
Have
like
you
a
met
bully
any
would
like
do.
ultra runners?
I've like interacted with a few online.
Those
and
people. It's one thing to run a really fast marathon. It's
Yeah.
another thing to run like 100 miles over a mountain.
yeah, like that's just
Craig's brother did the Leadville 100,
like you're unemployed if you're doing
What?
which is the like
I got to
hardest
Leadville
race.
and tried to walk for a little bit and got winded.
Yeah. So
Leadville
he went there,
sounds
ran 100 miles up and over a mountain and back. It's
Dude,
like
I
I don't.
literally got
It's
out
like
of the car and was like, the air here is so thin. I'm gonna pass out just
Yeah.
trying to walk
Where is
around.
Leadville?
Colorado.
Colorado.
Oh.
Colorado.
It's the highest elevation city for sure in Colorado. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's
Do you
in
know
the
about
US.
Melis, Melanzana? Those like hoodies
No.
that are. There's this like one store.
You would know if you saw it.
There's this
'cause
one store
all
in
the Sanford
Leadville.
boys wear them.
See,
I
but
don't have one.
associate too bad with. I literally did that the other day. And I was like, does anybody remember this? It's so
I love that.
I love that too.
Hunger Games.
Um,
That's a great franchise.
Great franchise. I
Yeah.
just watched the newest one, like the Songbirds and whatever.
It's
It
good.
was a great movie.
Yeah, that's
But-
super good.
5
People
on
were hating
Letterboxd.
on Rachel Zegler. I was like, y'all need to chill.
She was good in that movie. I
She's
haven't
great.
seen. Everyone be hating on her. Snow White.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why?
I'm just like, why do we hate on women? Like,
Like,
let's just
literally,
normalize
hate
not
on
hating
Anything
on
a
women.
woman does, I'm in favor of.
Right. And viewership just went up by like 100%. Ratings are coming in right now.
Yeah.
Guys, they're blowing us up.
Yeah.
Oprah?
Hello?
You're starting
Hello?
the show back?
Hello?
There's a Tesla under your your seat.
David Dobrik just
Under
gave me a
your
Tesla,
pillow?
I think.
Yeah, exactly. What were you saying about hoodies?
Oh yeah,
Melons and
Mellies
are
are
made
this
there.
like type of hoodie that's not why Leadville's popular, but you can only buy them like from there. Like you can't
see.
order them. Like you have to go to buy them. And they didn't have any, so but they make beanies for the people that like can't get a hoodie because they go so fast. But they're very tall and they look pretty stupid. But they have the
Yeah.
name on it, so it's like not stupid, you know.
But I think they do that on purpose. I think they're like,
Brand-centric.
you want this so bad? You're going to look stupid when you
You
wear it.
look like an idiot and spend
Aw.
$15 on an ugly ad.
Oh, it was
beanie.
only 15 though.
Yeah, it's cheap.
It seems like
cheap.
something that they would charge like $900.
$60.
for.
No, the hoodies themselves are
could.
only like $60.
That's a good
They're
price for a
trendy,
hoodie.
but they are just like straight up a perfect base layer if you're like wrapping up.
Yeah, like me.
Yep.
I will say, like, yeah, running clothes, like layering while running. I hated running here during the winter. I feel like it's obviously just now like becoming warm out, but I hate like layering for cold runs because Jack told me he was like always dress for mile 3 because like that's whenever you feel your best, but that just like pissed me off because like I'm cold for 3 miles.
Yeah, for 20
I
minutes,
hate
30 minutes you're cold, and then it's like great.
And it's already like kind of miserable to be running. So like as much as you can enjoy it, I think there is like this aspect of like disdain for it in the first few miles.
I always tell people that I love the feeling after I run.
Yeah.
I don't run because I like running.
That's
I run for the feeling afterwards.
I run for like Facebook moms are like, I run for ice cream. I run for like the cookout after.
The only time you'll ever see me running is when the ice cream truck comes around the corner. I'll tell you that much.
Exercise.
Extra
I thought you meant extra fries.
Yeah.
Exercise for bacon.
That's literally like I think my mom did a race where it was like 0.1 miles and it was called like you just like run to the other side of a football
Run to
field
get
to
the
like get beer.
biscuits.
Yeah.
I did
Run for biscuits.
I did a run here
Hashtag.
downtown that was literally, it was a 5K. I was like 7, but my whole family did it. It was a 5K and you run half of it, eat a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts and run back.
Oh my God.
It was insane. And my brother, I piggybacked on John the second half because I was going to die.
Yeah.
And throw a dozen donuts and a 7-year-old. It's like half my body weight.
Yeah, actually that's half your body weight.
Do you
That is
have
like-
any running goals? Like, I know you did the half.
Yeah. I don't know. I really want to run a marathon before it's all said and done. Like, I don't think I'll be a runner for the rest of my life just because it takes a toll. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And also, like, get kind of bored sometimes.
Yep.
But I would really love to run a marathon, like, within the next year. That's in my sights. I'd really love to run the one in Paris. Like, that would just be so cool.
That would be
Like,
crazy.
I think, like, doubling up, like, a marathon and, like, a trip somewhere cool to kind of, like, excuse the travel. Like, I'm going to
100%.
Paris.
Write
to
it off on your
run.
taxes. Business expense.
Speaking of which, literally that. So I want to do that. I feel like it would be kind of cool to like run an ultra, but like in a chill way, like in a way where I like camp out and like bring a tent and stuff. Like I'm not going hard like some of the people in Leadville might be.
In like a chill way.
In a chill way, in like a way that's like I didn't really try to do this. I just like ended up here. What the fuck?
I fell into being.
I fell into the 50
Incredible.
miles.
How I fell into a 50-mile race.
I presented I met with a church the other day for work, and it was Gardendale Church of the Nazarene.
Let's freaking go. That's where I did
Shout
Boy
out.
Scouts.
Let's go.
Shout out.
One of the pastors there who we were meeting with, he every year in October, this is illegal, I found out, he does Grand Canyon rim to rim to rim.
Whoa.
So
It's illegal?
it's illegal because of like park rangers don't want you to kill yourself basically
Tariffs.
because of tariffs. But it's one of those things where it's like they say that it's illegal, but then like if the park ranger sees you doing it and they see that you're like you kind of know what you're doing, then they're kind of like, yeah, you got it, buddy. Do you need any water?
That is intense.
How many miles that is?
It's 50 miles. It's
They're
11,000 feet of elevation gain.
You're
Oh,
joking.
It took him 21 hours.
what?
That's crazy. That's actually. We need to give him an applause right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's insane.
Shout out to John.
Shout out to John. Is he unemployed?
No, he is a like in a leadership position at this church.
How do you have the time? Like that's what I try
That's
to figure out. Like
insane.
I like am theorizing my life. I'm like to run in a day, like, and then also to have a kid on top of that. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, he's like I have multiple kids,
That is
family.
insane.
Yeah, I don't
He
understand.
abandons them. I'm just kidding. I'm joking, John.
He
It's
said
not funny.
every Saturday he runs a half marathon on the trails,
Wow.
which is like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So he's running a lot.
Wow. Well, shout out to him
Jemison
because
Trail.
Yeah.
What did we say?
he brings
earlier?
his gun. I conceal
I
carry
conceal
it.
carry on Jemison.
Trail.
Yeah.
I love the Jemison Trail.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Last question, because we
Yeah.
have been going for a while. We
Yes,
should
sir.
How long
probably
have we been
wrap.
going for real?
Hour 40.
I mean,
Oh
it
my
is flown.
God.
It's pretty.
It's flown.
It's been fun. y'all.
We did one last week with this guy, and he had a meeting that like came up suddenly, so we only did 40 minutes, and I like felt a little insecure. I was like, "This is basically just like a YouTube video if it's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It has to be over an hour to be a podcast,
I
right?"
completely
Right?
agree with you. That's the law.
We've done some that were over 2 hours though.
Yeah.
I don't like to put a you don't want to put too much of a
You're
Like a
creative.
cap
on
you
it.
know?
We're just
Yeah, it's good,
we're
it's
going
good.
with the vibes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like the one that was me, John, you, and Steven was like the brain rot episode.
Yeah, that one
And
was
that
tough.
was so dumb.
That's
But it
Speaking
went
of brain
the
rot,
best. Yes.
do you like it? Do you not like
Oh, I
it?
fuck with brain rot. Like brain rot is my bread and butter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach my.
I was gonna
kids
say
brain
your
rot.
Paris video was basically like aesthetic brain
You
rot.
watched it?
I did.
Thank you.
I did.
That's
Frick.
like
I
my.
didn't do my
that's
research.
like my niche.
I watched it like right after I confirmed you were coming on, and I was like, I should probably like consume this
Thank
content.
You. Oh, so you did it out of like obligation rather than like love of the game.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
really. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I'm not on your.
What
I'm
was
not
that
on
last
your
question?
YouTube
We can
thing.
cut that one.
I was gonna ask about travel though,
Yeah,
because
let's talk about it.
that's been a part of some of the stuff you've been creating,
Yeah.
YouTube videos and whatnot. So are you working with a company on doing that, or is this just purely like you're trying to
Expand my horizons.
Yeah.
It's a little
explore
bit of
the
both.
world?
It's kind of like I got super lucky with this company that my mom actually connected me with. It was so funny. My mom like runs I don't know what you would call it, kind of like just like a cool hotel chain like up in North Alabama. And
Sick.
so she hosted an influencer event and did not invite me to it.
That's
I was
actually
like,
crazy.
Okay, B word. Won't call my mom the B word, but
That's crazy.
she had this girl come from this company called Going, which their original name was like, I think like Scotch Cheap Flights. They've been around for forever. But they have a really cool company where they kind of just like send you flight alerts for cheap flights or like mistake fares or whatever, like tell you when to book. And so my mom met her and they're based out of Nashville. And I was like, we need to connect because I love to travel and they would supplement that. So we should do that. So yeah, I worked with them I went to Ireland in November, which was so fun. I went by myself and it was just like such a vibe. I was just
That's
bebopping
sick.
around Ireland. And then yeah, I just went to Paris with them back in February, which was so cool. Had never been before. Also like was taking French at the time at Samford. So I was like, this is
Bonjour,
so-
parlez-vous en
You were taking.
français?
Were you
Je
Je
online
voudrais
or in
une
person?
baguette,
in
s'il vous plaît.
person.
No
I
way.
miss that though. I miss like the aspect of learning in person. I think like graduating college, no one prepares you for like missing that, like missing the
You
aspect.
took
of
French at Stanford in person?
I did, yeah, for
Just
6
like for
weeks.
funsies?
Yeah, it was like a evening course, and
That's
it was
sick.
fun. I didn't take French 2, which I really should have, but I just like did not do my due diligence of
Did you-
researching.
Go to some cafes in Paris at all?
Oui.
Coffee shops?
That's
We
gonna
means
be
yes in
cafe.
French.
Did you go to Le Peloton?
I did not. Is that the one that I'm supposed to go to?
I don't know. That's my favorite cafe in Paris. It's so freaking
How many
cool.
cafes in Paris have you been to?
Like 6.
Okay.
Okay. How
That's
do you keep
fair.
track?
I went for 1 day.
You went for 1 day? Was it like a layover type thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It was last year when I went to Budapest.
1 day, 6 cafes.
I mean, I'm a big.
I was
Coffee
gonna
shops
say
is the
As
place
you-
I operate. I
Of
think.
course.
Yeah.
when we went to New York back in December, I think we hit at least 3 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit cafe.
I just
You
freaking
guys are
love
crazy.
cafes.
You know how people bar crawl? We
Freaking
cafe
cafe.
crawl.
You
Yeah.
cafe crawl.
And then we don't sleep because
Yeah.
we're tweaking.
I get that.
Tweaking. After your travel, I do have another quick Birmingham question, but
Oh,
continue.
fun. Okay.
I mean, we can keep going. I just want to be conscientious of your time.
And the viewers' time.
Yeah.
You know, the listeners, if you will. But you can view on Spotify too if you're feeling crazy.
I
did
do
that.
have to run this afternoon, but like, you know.
No, actually, are you mocking me or you actually have to?
No, I do. I was actually going to go run.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we sat and waited out the rain.
Yeah, facts.
Do you run in the rain if it's like raining out? Or are you like, I gotta go?
During my marathon training, my longest run I did was 18 miles, and it rained for probably 9 or 10 of them.
Just
And
sounds sad.
it
Sounds
was
Was
terrible.
it front half or back half or
It
middle?
was back half.
Oh,
So my feet started
no.
blistering. It was
Yeah.
miserable.
jeez.
But race day, it rained the last like 6 miles
Oh.
of my race.
You were prepped.
So it's as
You were
if I
prepped.
trained for that very thing.
Thank you, God.
Serendipitous.
Yeah, shout out God.
Shout out God.
He was watching. I had a camera out the whole time.
I was vlogging.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Back to travel.
Yes.
Before I want to answer your question. But yes, I work with like a company who kind of like swooped in at the right time of me wanting to make more long form content. And I knew like I had this past part of me who had shot all these weddings and kind of like knew the ins and outs of like filming something, like filming a day, filming a place and like kind of telling a story. And I really missed doing that and being very creative instead of just like rotting people's brains. So a big thing I wanted to do with my YouTube channel is like, how can I create something beautiful but also funny? Because I also don't really like consume a lot of content that isn't funny. That's actually not true. I love watching like some documentaries about shit and I don't have any business learning about. But yeah, I wanted to kind of like corner the market of like aesthetic brain rot, which has been super, super fun. So Paris was
huge
like,
audience. Huge audience for that
I
right
literally
there.
am like, I just want to make like YouTube and dinner videos. Like I want that to be the niche community that I find of like people who are like, I need 20 minutes of something stupid and like a low barrier to entry video.
I mean,
like,
that is like,
up.
You're speaking my language.
That's
right
what I'm
now.
saying, guys. Lock in, watch it.
I'm gonna next Chipotle in my car. I'm gonna watch your channel.
Beautiful.
I'll tell you what I think.
Thank you so much.
You just earned a sub.
I did.
I
Well,
low-key just subbed.
hopefully, if you're a man of your word.
I will sub.
Whoa. Promise.
I remember when I was a kid, I would use my mom's.
Sorry.
I would use my mom's YouTube account. And I'd always be like, oh, frick, shit. Like, can I subscribe to Good Mythical Morning? It's my mom's account. Like, I don't know if she's about that, too.
I'm dead.
That's my new dream guest is Rhett and Link.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I love
that.
That's
That is some freaking good eating food content.
That's what that's what they make it for. They got
Yes, it's got to be.
especially like if you're eating something like kind of stupid. Like if you're eating Cookout, I'm so excited.
Oh my
I'm watching
gosh.
them rank like Dorito flavors while I'm eating. I can feel it now, guys. I'm like Jimmy Neutroning too, like eating Chipotle and watching Good Mythical Morning.
Dude, hot honey chicken. Sorry, I'm a big Chipotle guy.
I
but
just
the hot
tried
honey
it the
chicken
other day.
is so gas.
It was so good.
Again, when I was a kid, I thought Chipotle was this like faraway David Dobrik land.
That's
And
David
now I
Dobrik.
realize that it's in our
backyard.
Yeah.
it's in our towns.
Do you
In the water.
obviously most of your interests are just like what you make videos about and stuff. Is there anything that you like are super into that you don't put on social media?
Good question.
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. No.
Legos.
I freak with Legos.
Well, something I'm like trying not to put so much on the internet, but I also just can't help. Like I've really been into reading lately, especially like reading up on like the history of countries and like the psychology of like the world leaders. So right now, I'm reading about like Russia and Putin and everything,
Absolutely.
and it's so fascinating.
Which book are you reading?
It's called what is it called? It's Russia. I can see the tagline on the front of it.
Have you ever listened to the Martyr Maid podcast?
I was recommended that. I was like, I need to. I
I've
cannot remember the name of this book. This is gonna drive me crazy. Can I look it up really fast?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I've
Martyr
delved.
Maid.
Martyr Maid has gotten me super into that same kind of stuff. He's like 6-hour-long podcast telling
That's
the
my
history
dream.
of like the plague or the famine in Ukraine that like Russia imposed.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
that kind of stuff.
That's the niche stuff where I want to know. Like, okay, because I
It
feel
is
like
like it's heavy.
yeah.
It's
oh, yeah.
heavy, but it's fascinating.
That's how I felt like in Ireland learning about the famine. I was like, people
Yeah.
make jokes about this. That shit was scary. That shit was tragic. It's also called Putin's World.
Putin's World.
Yeah.
I think it's on my Goodreads.
That is where I just looked. I'm gonna need to get that Goodreads link before we leave.
Come on.
I love Goodreads. So things that
So
I
we
like,
connect on link. Let's do Strava.
Do you have LinkedIn?
I deleted that.
Oh, 500
You
plus.
guys
Do you
were
have 500
sad
plus?
about that.
Dude, I got
Come
500
on.
plus way long
Dude,
time ago.
That's
I'm
impressive.
all of my friends are like business bro majors,
Yeah.
and they are all like all about the LinkedIn, and I got 500 plus purely to send it to Wit. And be
I
like,
used to
I
sit
I got
in.
500 plus for
Yeah,
you.
I used to
Nice.
sit in like my management classes that didn't matter, and I would just be on LinkedIn,
request
just being
people.
like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I do like accounting with that one.
yeah.
Yep, here you go,
I
It's
love
great for
Kelly.
times like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to get back on LinkedIn. I
Get
feel like
back on
that's
it.
like
It's-
another niche.
I actually think LinkedIn
community.
is fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of.
I like to
'Cause
be
also I'm,
stupid
like-
on there because everyone's so like, congratulations, this is such a great accomplishment for the advancement of your fantastic career. You're such a
That
great
is
young
good.
gentleman.
10 things I learned going to the beach.
So this afternoon I came home and my favorite thing is just being a father. But outside of that, I do like to take every lesson I learned in life and apply it to my career.
This
So
was
here are
good.
15 things that I learned from feeding my son dinner.
This is a character that like you need to really expand on on the podcast.
Thanks. I'm gonna become a
Influencer.
comedy
This
writer
is,
now.
but this is what I'm saying. This is what people want to see. I'm like, can I steal that idea?
Please, by all means.
Steal the
Like
idea.
Facebook
I love
mom
making
and, like,
fun of
LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
Dad or like
Ooh,
They're
that's
married.
good.
they're locked.
They're
in.
married.
They're
They're
married.
married actually.
Actually,
they
that would be
for
so
sure
funny
had
if you
mason
made like a
jars.
whole
I should do
family,
that. Yeah,
like
yeah.
a whole family of Southern characters.
Yeah. the son like streams on Twitch.
Yes.
Yes.
And what is the daughter? The daughter's
The
like
daughter rushes at
38,
Mama.
80 pi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like gay son thought daughter.
completely.
Yeah.
But he's not gay. He's just
I think
introverted.
there's probably 3 kids. There's the gay son, and then there's like the frat son.
yeah.
I think that's probably
But
it.
they're friends. Like you'd think they wouldn't get along.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like,
the kids all get along.
Yeah.
The frat son is actually like really protective of the gay son.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's
Sister's just kind of like in her own world.
good. 80 pi.
Yeah. I mean, 80 pie.
Delta, delta, delta.
Me and my sisters love getting.
I mean, that's insane.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's literally insane.
I love it.
You
though.
turn that thing on.
And it's just like a switch that flips. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing.
Is there a world that you joined a sorority and we're all about that?
Now, yeah, like don't touch him. Retrospectively, I would have loved to have been a sorority. You know how much content that would have given me? You know how many like sisters
That would
and
be
friends
so
that would have
many
given
new
me?
characters.
Yes.
It would have
I
been.
love that.
But I was on the outside looking in, and I got enough from that. I think like working at Alabama, like working in their social media department, kind of like exposed me to a lot of that.
Did you get to meet
yeah.
Saban?
I actually shot his son's wedding. I was
No
thinking, I was
way.
like, did I meet him? I was like, yeah, he was kind of mean. I'm gonna be so honest. He was not.
Uh,
nice.
It doesn't
okay.
surprise
If
me.
he's watching though, love you, Sadie. Miss
Love you,
Sadie.
Nikki.
Hope you're doing well,
I love you, Nikki.
Nikki.
I keep telling Steven Steven's a huge Alabama fan, so I keep saying we're gonna
Right.
get
Nick Saban?
Nick Saban on.
That'd be awesome.
You should surprise him with that for his birthday or something. I wonder if Nick Saban does cameos, like you know the app that
Yeah,
you can order.
yeah.
Could you imagine?
That would
you
be
get
crazy.
the Costco guys to
I
cameo.
want-
I need them.
To hang out with him so bad. That's
I
like
wanna
dream
hang out with the little guy.
collaboration. Yeah.
Rizzler.
The
The
Rizzler.
I got a DM from the Rizzler actually one
No
time.
freaking way.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He was in LA, and I think like his management company was just like hitting up people who like showed up when you looked up like LA creators, and I wasn't even like this was like in December, and so yeah, I responded. I was like, "What?" He was like, "Are you available?" I was like, "What does this pertain
Rizzler,
to?"
come to
Rizzler.
Available
Birmingham.
for
Who, what, when, where. But I also heard his dad's kind of weird, and I know his dad probably runs his social media because hey, he's
Yeah.
like 10.
Yeah.
So I was like wary of that, but I think he just wanted to collaborate with some people, and I
Dang.
really like that, like
Missed
missing out
op.
on that. I was like, how did I miss
L.
that?
Yeah.
You'll
big
never
L.
recover from that.
And I won't. So shout out to the Rizzler. Maybe he and I can like go out to some European country and like make a YouTube video.
I think
together.
he's from New York for real. Because
he really?
he he was in the New York Knicks halftime show
Oh hell
the
yeah.
other day. So
My dream.
I
You're
think
up
he's
on
from-
his lore.
yeah, I like. Do you know Laundry Day?
Yeah. I love
Oh,
their music.
dude, I love them.
I
Yeah.
love their music. Their not Tiny Desk. Their Audio Tree is literally so
listened to
freaking
it
good.
yet.
It's so good.
What's your favorite song?
You know, you need unique New York. What
Yeah.
a fantastic song.
That one's
It's
good.
so good. I also
I think they're like their marketing is brilliant.
genius.
Yeah,
I didn't know they were a
they're so
band,
funny.
and then I saw the
I
Audio
literally
Tree, and
same.
I was like, oh, they're like really good.
I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is just a like group of comedy bros.
Yeah.
And then like after watching a lot of their videos, I realized they
That's
make
what I'm
music.
saying. I think the common thread between like a ton of creative, successful people online is just like brain rot. Like
funny.
I think being
Yeah.
funny, and then
Yeah.
also like having this like intense, creative, like onus to bear that you share with the world through
Yeah.
the means of comedy. And I think that's beautiful, and I love that.
Mom Jeans did that a while back. They would like post jeans. They would post like memes, and the like punchline would be their songs, and people were like, this is hilarious. But then their songs are like popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genius.
Just
Brilliant.
genius. Literally, as like a marketing major, I was like, I wish I would have come up with that, but no.
Yeah.
I learned like nothing.
As a marketing major.
I didn't go to the right school for it. You know, I went to
Mm.
like Space and Rocket Center school.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, like I said in the beginning, I was like doing arts and crafts instead of.
Locking the hell in.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I think a dream of mine is to go back to school and just like fuck around and take a couple different random classes. And I
Yeah.
think, yeah, that's ahead of me somewhere in my I'm gonna be like the 40-year-old woman who comes into class and like is super excited to take notes. Did you guys ever have those at Sanford? Like old people coming up into
Couple
your
of 'em.
class?
Yeah.
I always loved them.
I had professors that are like were in School of the Arts that are like the theater professor was taking my classes just so he could be like well rounded.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is kind of sick.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That's
Never
smart.
stop learning, guys.
Fact.
Be a student
Never-
of life.
I'm a
No.
student of the game.
I'm a student of the bread.
What was your Birmingham
my
question?
Birmingham question was
Oh,
what's your
yeah.
favorite bar?
Oh, the good question.
See, you've met me in the sober era of life.
I turned
where-
21 in 11 days, so I get it.
Oh. Twins.
Twinning them.
My favorite bar though that I ever went to was probably like hot take. I don't know if this is a hot take. I really liked Pilcrow. I think Pilcrow was doing stuff that
I've heard some people say that.
it's like cool and underground and like crazy and different. Pilcrow is
I don't know if I've heard
cool. What other bar did I like? I mean, obviously, like
Collins,
I know, like Juniper is a bar,
yeah,
but
Juniper's
it
cool.
feels more like a home. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Feels
Yeah.
more like
Couches.
I
this
feel like I'm going to the Wizard of Oz when I go there.
completely. Juniper's great.
Mom's.
Their bar food is really good too. Mom's. I've only been to Mom's once, and it was on Halloween. And what better time to go?
Yeah.
It was great. Got the photo booth picture and
Yeah.
went out
Skedaddled.
and scat.
Have you been to Adios?
I have been to Adios. I actually got before I moved here. I got really drunk at Adios, and so haven't been back. It was fun though. I
You're
like.
in sober era right now.
Yeah, I
That's
think I
pretty
just. It just wasn't like fun anymore. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, yeah, I'm also just like in this weird like health conscious era of my life, and like really scared of like downstream effects of like the decisions I choose, or like things that I choose to inflict on my body when I'm like young and stuff. So like
Yeah.
alcohol was one where I was like, this probably isn't good long term.
Yeah.
I hopped off that horse. And,
Pickled liver.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the liver king now.
You're the liver king because your liver
I
pickled.
eat
Liver
off of
queen, if you will.
I live off of I eat off a cutting board. And
I
Yeah.
love that.
No, I'm just
Steak
kidding.
and eggs every day.
Every
Actually,
single
low
day.
key, before I got married, would just eat out of the pan or off the cutting board, so I didn't have to do more dishes.
Why not?
I'm
dude.
saying sometimes
Why
you like
not?
need to chop a carrot. Sometimes you
Sometimes
just
I'm
like.
like, I
Sometimes-
mean, I make the
Sometimes
sandwich
you
and
chop
I
a
already got
carrot.
the.
And I'm crazy. Gulp.
What's your favorite restaurant in town?
Ooh. Is it gonna be so basic to say bamboo?
No.
Bamboo
I
is so
frick.
good.
I frick with bamboo.
I frick with bamboo. too.
Bamboo is so. I went there on Valentine's Day.
So did I.
Really?
I was literally there with Jack. What?
Wait, for real?
Yeah, like this past.
Do you remember where you
Valentine's Day.
sat?
I was in one of the the long that side of the table, like the long.
Like
booth
at the
side.
front?
Yeah,
Like by the door?
Yeah, pretty close.
Same.
I was
No
there at
freaking
like
way.
7:15.
We were there at the same time.
Shut
That
up,
is
sister.
crazy.
It was so
Oh my god.
good. Oh my god, it tasted yummy in my mouth.
What do you
Yeah,
get?
it was great.
What do you get?
I get a spicy tuna roll. I get a green tea. I get the tuna poke bowl. I get the Brussels sprouts.
The Brussels
Oh my
go
God.
crazy.
And
Tempura,
typically-
tempura green beans.
Tempura green beans.
You have to get the green beans.
Yeah,
The
Have to.
chicken lemon skewers.
those
Yeah.
shits are crazy too.
So good.
They're just doing things that no one else is literally
Have you
doing.
ever looked at the roof and how it's like a big thing?
Flag,
Boat.
yeah.
It's a boat sail flag thing.
That's
and
what
it
it
is. I realized on Valentine's Day, I was like,
We're
and-
literally like aboard a ship right
it
now.
was so. I love bamboo. And they
Bamboo's
don't do
fantastic.
resis, and I love that.
Yeah.
If you live in the neighborhood, you get Bernie's number and you can text.
No way.
Oh, that's
And you
actually.
can
I
place
wanna-
orders.
so-
lame right now.
Is he the
Yeah.
old dude with the mustache?
That's
Who-
the other guy.
Okay.
Bernie is like his accomplice.
I want to
alright?
have them on my podcast. I just haven't reached out to
Oh
them.
my god, you should. Genuinely, they're so funny. Like
Yeah.
anytime I'm in there, they're coming over to yap. Even if they don't know you, they're like, "So
Gosh.
what are you guys up to this afternoon? You
Yeah.
want to go like I don't know, try? You want to go to the kitchen and like try this new thing we just cooked up? Actually,
Yeah.
they don't do that. That's probably
But
like
they're,
a
like,
health
chill.
code violation. Yeah.
I
They
love
had
bamboo,
this
man.
roll called the kankitsu roll, where it's like a spicy tuna something or another,
Okay.
some stuff, and then they put a little thin slice of lemon on top.
Oh.
I
That
could get into that.
I am obsessed with it. I got that for a long time. They took it off the menu. And then I went in one time. I was like,
Kevin.
"Hey, I used to get this roll. I don't know what it was called, but it had the lemon on it." And they were like, "I got you."
That's what I love.
And that is, I've been in love with bamboo ever since.
And it's like, how am I gonna move away from Birmingham when I got it like in my backyard? Like that is just that's community right there.
Yeah.
That's serving
That
your
is so
community
That's-
with an open heart.
That's like I think my favorite part about living here is there's a lot of really cool places, and those cool places are owned by cool people that are usually super relational.
yeah,
yeah, I
Like
completely agree.
Jimmy, cool dude.
yeah.
I've yet to
Tim,
meet-
cool dude. Tim owns Punch Love. Jimmy owns June. Bamboo, like those guys are super nice.
Yeah.
Last Call, Hana, like all of that is like
She's awesome.
cool
yeah,
people.
she's cool
like,
as fuck.
that's so sick to me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in other cities it's this weird like unapproachable thing.
Yeah,
I agree with you, but I also think that that's just like
It's
you
because I
just kinda
grew
have
up
to
here
try
too.
a little bit
Yeah.
harder. Like I think
Fair.
that's what I was thinking about New York. I was like, damn, I really do love like Southern hospitality. And I think that does exist beyond the means of just the South. I think like you can find community anywhere. I was like even feeling that like in Paris, like when I was abroad and crazy stuff like that.
Paris.
But it truly is just like if you just
We're
kind of have
staying
to
in
like
Paris.
knock a little bit harder at the door, like
Yeah.
to invite friendship in.
Yeah.
But it's
Cool
there.
people live everywhere. There's
Facts.
cool people in Fairhope. There's cool people at UAH.
Believe it or
Facts.
not, there are cool people at UAH.
There's cool
I actually
people
met
at
a cool person in Florence, Alabama one time.
Florence
That was
has
kinda
got
crazy.
cool people, dude.
I was
like
about to say Florence is
Greasy
where like
hands.
the yeah. Oh,
That dude.
what is
What's his name?
What'd you
I
say?
don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Greasy hands.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where everybody went to go get their hair cut. If they were like
Yes.
like indie bro, they were
Cool.
like I go to Greasy
Kellen,
Hands.
who opened Zephyr right by June,
Yeah.
he worked at Greasy Hands, and
Now
the,
that's gonna make sense.
Like-
that
McCall
dude
went to
is like
UNA,
his.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Completely.
And then that McCall and Kellen are friends
They're homies.
because of that,
Yeah.
because they
Wow.
went to school up there.
Incestual. That's another school where I was like, I should have gone there.
UNA.
Yeah.
UNA's cool.
But I had friends who went there, so I kind of got like a little bit of a taste of it.
Yeah. We
But
played at Lava Room,
couldn't have said it better myself.
which is a bar up there, and we played to genuinely no one, but because it was super late, and it was the night of the Georgia Alabama game. But it's super cool spot. Like Florence, I'm a fan. I think it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. Another place I could see myself living here. I could raise a family there. But in another life. Also cool music scene too. So
Yeah.
much like music history comes
Shout out
from Florence.
Carver Commodore.
Shout out Carver
Southern Native.
Carver. Shout out Southern Native.
Do you know Carver Commodore for real?
I feel like that was like I knew Carver Commodore.
I guess you went to school in
but
there.
I knew like I was more like Brook and Bluff type beat.
My guys.
My freaking bros. You guys should get them on the
The
pod.
Stav.
Work on the Bluff. It's still
Stavia
good. They're still
Hills.
good. Okay.
Facts.
Yeah. But like
Their fourth album right now.
are they?
Mm.
You like
Pretty
a
hype.
super fan or something? No, I'm
I
just
like them. I think they're cool.
I'll name a couple songs.
Breaking
turn 'em on the
halfway
radio.
up.
That's a great song in Austin.
Good song.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a minute since I've heard that
Yep.
song. That was kind of like when I stopped listening to Christian music, I was like, I'm gonna listen to the Brook and the Bluff.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite Christian artist when you did listen to Christian music?
Oh my god. Literally. I really loved like Rend Collective. Like
Thank you, Rend Collective. Thank you,
Rend
Need to Breathe.
Thank you, Bear.
See, yeah, I imagine I was like Skrillex. Wait, no,
Christian
Skrillex,
music.
Skillet.
Skillet.
Oh my god.
Literally Skrillex.
Skillet,
Did
Did
Toby
you ever
Mac.
go to Winter Jam?
Winter
Jeremy
Winter Jam,
Camp.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that concept to Jack the other day, and he was just like,
Incomprehensible.
What is
Yeah.
this? Because it's like was Winter Jam in Gatlinburg as well?
It was.
Yeah.
They did like a tour. They would tour
Okay,
with like,
yeah.
and it was always not the Newsboys. What are they called?
No, you're right.
New song.
New song. Oh,
New song. They'd have the big old cross.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I just was always so hyped to just like listen to the music, but I was falling asleep during the sermons.
Facts.
I mean, yeah.
They'd
it's-
have them at like 8 a.m.
Well, it's the same thing as Passion. Have you ever been to Passion?
I wish I had gone. I was jealous of the kids who went to Passion, and I was jealous of the kids who went to that one summer camp that all the Christian kids went to.
Pine Cove, JH Ranch.
JH Ranch, maybe. But there's also another one. It's not Century Kid, is it?
Century Kid.
Center
Oh, you're
Kid.
talking about Fuge.
Am I?
Maybe.
I don't know, actually.
Fuge is like the Lifeway camp.
Passion was like I wanted to be on stage at Passion
Yeah.
when I grew up,
Yeah.
and then I went to so I went to Passion twice before I went to college.
Wow.
Like
I did
somehow
go to
I
Passion.
did that, and then when I got to college, like no one even knew what it was,
That's so
and
sad.
I was like, actually, maybe Passion's not that big of a deal.
Maybe their
Passion was
outreach
like-
isn't that. Maybe they're not really doing what they were called for Christ.
I thought it was like the coolest crap ever. And then I went and I was like, this is like hell. Because there's so many bands.
Yeah.
There's
Okay,
so
I
many
have been,
speakers.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And
On
they pack out the Mercedes
yeah,
Benz.
it's 60,000 people.
Yeah.
On speaker number 6, I'm like, I can't. My brain doesn't. No, my brain no longer.
Yeah.
You're going to hell for that, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Levi Lusko. Cool denim jacket though.
I
They
met
always got a denim jacket on.
Fags and black skinny jeans.
Yeah.
I let
They
it.
never graduated.
Oh my god. And yeah, they're like cracking jokes about like
My wife is so hot.
no, literally.
One of my
that.
favorite
Literally
Instagram
that.
accounts right now is called Pastors with Props.
Oh well,
And
I'm
it's
gonna
just
need to follow that.
The
Again.
videos with it's just videos with Pastors with
That's
Props.
just props.
I
That's
love that.
Have you seen Preacher's Sneakers or what's it
Preachers
called?
with sneakers.
Oh god, I don't even need to see it. To
That
just
one is
imagine.
tough.
It's so
That
Because
one
they're
is
always
tough.
gonna have like some niche sneaker
Off-white
one.
Jordan freaking
Yeah.
and it puts the price tag next to it and you're
That's
like
tough.
Did you
dude.
tithe before you bought that? Be honest.
Be
Yeah.
so for real.
Be so for real. Is this,
You ain't paying taxes.
is this good for your ministry, Pastor?
that no tax income is crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, I could see myself getting into that.
No tax income?
Yeah, like maybe I'll be a pastress.
Pastress.
Pastors.
Is that what they're called?
That's
to leave
actually
this out.
illegal.
Yeah. No, I've been to a few weddings where the officiators were women, and I was like, you guys aren't married. You guys actually not
Crazy.
legally married. It's crazy.
That's
Good try,
Dude,
though.
so like,
Good try.
what's the dream? I mean, you're going to New York.
Yeah, I think the dream right now is to. I really have been trying to just like not look to the future to like to accomplish what I want to do now. I try really hard to like be super that I realized that like I said that I was like that makes no fucking sense. But I really try to be present with like what I want to make in the moment, what I really like now, and try to not look like 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line. So right now I think my dream it really is to just like make beautiful films on YouTube and like to incorporate as much comedy into that as possible. And also just kind of like shed light on Southern culture. I think I was actually wanting to make like a video like discussing tornado culture because I don't think anyone outside of the South knows.
no one
what
gets
that
it at
is.
all.
No one gets it, and it's like a whole ordeal.
Milk and bread.
Did y'all like
Literally that.
So when the tornado came through a few weeks ago, did y'all like
Milk
seek
and bread?
shelter, or did you just chill in your apartment
No.
because it was not a big deal?
It's both. It's like you don't want to act like it's a big deal.
Deep down, I'm like, do I need to get milk and bread?
Literally
Do I
not.
need to listen to James Spann?
I had James Spann on all day.
I am on the full end of the spectrum of like, it's not gonna hit me.
As a child, I
You
was
think that?
ridiculously until it hits you. I was
that's
very,
the whole
very
thing.
nervous.
Well, I live in
and,
Mountain
like, threw
Brook,
up
so
with
I
nerves.
make jokes.
It sucked.
That's
It really is that scary.
I was
though.
terrified. Well, also it's like you're wearing a helmet and you're in your basement, and they're
It's
like,
so serious.
they're like,
Yeah.
it's going on top of your house
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
If you are on,
Seek
you're like,
shelter
I can
right
hear
now.
I can hear it.
The train.
Yes.
I hear the train.
Gosh.
For the longest time, I was like, it has a horn. What? But yeah, that shit scares me.
That was good.
I just got chills down my spine.
I have an apartment in Mountain Brook, so I make jokes all the time that the rich people pay to keep the weather from coming
Yeah,
over here.
Fultondale is
And it's
fricked.
true. Yeah,
Fultondale is
completely.
effed.
Yeah. If we don't even want to think about Bessemer.
Rip.
Sorry to Bessemer. Yeah,
Bessemer.
I'm terrified of tornadoes. That whole day, I was playing it cool. Like, but I in my mind, like my bag was packed. James Spann was on. I like stress cleaned my apartment. Like
So, it is so
like,
stressful having the TV on, and also if you have like an old storm alert thing, I forget what it's called.
The weather
it's like,
radio.
Yeah.
And that voice is
Scary.
terrifying.
It's literally
Yeah.
the purge.
Please
take shelter.
Yes, it's scary. I think I was out of town for the most recent one, but there was one in 2011.
That one. Oh,
That
yeah.
That one was serious.
That's what
that's
I
the
want to
one
like
that I
talk
threw
about.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was just the craziest day. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
think of
insane.
anyone.
I remember coming to Birmingham. I didn't live here, but from Mississippi, I was coming to Birmingham for some reason. And I remember driving through Tuscaloosa, and all the
It's
trees
what-
next to
leveled.
the interstate
Yeah.
Like
were just
literally leveled.
flat.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And there was like a mall that got completely leveled.
Yeah.
I am thankful that we don't interact with hurricanes
I agree.
and also like earthquakes. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
That
Everything just shakes.
Or
and
wildfires.
breaks. No wildfires. Sorry, North Carolina.
But I think I'm just really scared. Sorry, not what Carolina had a
North, or maybe
That-
South. South
was
Carolina.
I believe in a unified Carolina. That's a side.
I saw that on. I literally was scrolling.
I love that.
That's a surprise. But I was scrolling as I was driving on the way here, and
If you watch our most recent reel, I said
I
that.
saw you say
Oh,
that, and I was
I'm
like,
so sorry.
Myers, you're just you're good. You're funny.
Unified Carolinas
Thanks.
is good.
Thanks.
What about the Dakotas?
Oh, unified.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
frick
Dakota.
that. Keep them apart.
One Dakota.
One Dakota under God.
However, Virginia and West Virginia, definitely two
Keep 'em
different
apart.
places.
Keep 'em
For
apart.
Two
sure.
different places. The
Have you guys-
Dakotas, the Carolinas, same.
I feel like we could yap for hours.
We
I was just
could.
about to go into a whole other tangent of
We
like
can do it.
the blue people that live in West Virginia. Have you seen those people
I've seen
before?
this.
No.
I've
I
seen
haven't
one.
seen one.
I have seen one in my life. I saw
real
them
life?
in Gurley, Alabama on the way to
Whoa.
Huntsville
Oh my god.
at a Mapco. And it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I'd
Like
just
their
learned of
skin
them.
is blue.
Literally tinted blue. And they keep it going.
Is
like-
it an incest thing?
Yeah, which is kind of
Uh,
like sad to me because,
Dang.
but also like, how are you gonna? I mean, I guess like,
How you finna
they're-
be blue?
How you finna be blue? Literally, okay, Violet Beauregard looking.
Have you
at-
seen
Get
Soft White
roasted.
Underbelly on YouTube?
No, I haven't. I really want to watch it though.
Well, no. So it's this guy who makes like
No,
videos.
that's gonna be embarrassing.
Different thing, I think.
I've heard of him before.
Wait, Soft White is that not a Netflix doc?
That's kind of what.
So he has one of his most famous videos. He interviews a family who like are actually incestuous.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Uh,
about.
But
Yeah.
he interviews like prostitutes and strippers on Skid Row and like
I have
those
heard
kind of
him.
guy.
Yes, yeah.
It's really like
It's like Andrew Callahan, but like crazier stuff.
But like
yeah,
for good.
I mean, and it's like he'll interview pimps and then he'll interview like bankers from Wall Street, and
Cool.
they all look the
Super
same. Where the
interesting.
person like sits in a studio and he asks some questions off camera and they answer,
Wow.
and like it's fascinating. It's heavy stuff a lot of times because you're hearing people's like whole life stories and you're seeing like some really sad stuff, but it's really interesting. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's what I thought of.
Do you
was-
like Channel 5, Andrew Callahan? Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do actually. I liked him for a while, then I kind of just like stopped watching. I think I just moved on to like different internet niches. But there for a
Yeah.
while, I was like, this guy's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his whole van and everything. I thought that was
I think
like,
I think he's
interesting.
pretty cool. Same concept as Soft Underbelly.
No,
I like
glaze
him in,
more.
um,
Glaze him more.
I think he's sick, and I think
To
he's
the
really
camera.
cool. Andrew Callahan, the way your face and your eyes and your hair
You kind of have like an Andrew Callahan look to you a little bit.
on purpose.
on purpose. It's because he's hot, and I think he's hot.
Dan Toomey with Morning Brew. He does like comedy news
Fun.
stuff.
Oh
too.
wait, wow!
I
You
like him.
used the term glaze. I'll be honest. I've only ever heard my fraternity brothers use that term.
I'm telling you, I'm tapped into the culture. I
She
have my
knows.
finger on the pulse
She
of brain
knows.
rot.
Low-key, sometimes I interact with people and I feel superior to them because I am in touch. And I know. I actually do
it,
that with my
sister.
home group all the time with church. I'll say something. I explained what an NPC was the
Buddy
other
is
day. to them.
cooked. You say buddy is cooked.
But an NPC is somebody who's not actively partaking in their.
I
their
said, so it
relationship
comes
with the
from
Lord.
video game lore. So whenever you play a video game, you are the player. But then when you interact with other
No
characters,
way.
they're the computer. So they're non-player characters.
This is anthropology in the making.
It is.
It really is.
So anyway, I'm starting a new thing where I just explain internet terms.
Yeah.
That market is there, 100%.
market is there.
I'm sure people already do it.
in the house of the Lord or just in general?
Yeah, for churches.
That is an untapped market.
That is an untapped market. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I had a bit for a while that I wanted to do where I was like, yeah, like brain rot preachers, and it's
Yeah.
just effectively that. But no,
Yeah.
you do it first. That's you.
No, you got it. You got
Oh.
it. You got the whole comedy thing. I got the podcast thing.
Wait, so are you working with like teenagers or like younger kids? Like, what's the age range that you kind of have the domain over?
It's like family counseling, and I'm mediating between children and their parents.
Ooh, that is really good.
I've been to one of those before. Those people are like, you want to see them, and then like once you're done with them, you're like, I hope I never see you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's actually, you are changing people's lives.
Thanks.
every single day. But you know that though. I feel like that's like part of the job. So
Wham.
Well, thanks for hanging out, Lauren.
this was so fun.
That was
This is
awesome.
a blast.
Yeah. Sorry for like 2 hours of yelling.
No,
but
I always want to go for
It's literally
forever.
in your
Also,
bio.
it's such a good sign if it
you didn't do
goes.
your research.
It's such a good sign if it goes for 2 hours.
That's kind of what I think.
You know?
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
The 40-minute episode, I was like, what are we doing? Why
yeah,
are we here?
I almost was like,
Boring.
let's
No, I'm just
scrap it.
kidding.
But
He's
yeah,
gonna see that, guys.
I don't. think,
He was really good at answering questions. It
yeah,
just
he was.
short
It's
'cause
just
he
that it
had
was short.
Mm,
Like it was
yeah.
fantastic, and I wanted to talk to him more. That was
Those
my
guys,
problem.
you know.
But you gotta run your business and freaking
blah,
And
blah,
you
book
do.
Sexy Red. So he's busy.
I'm so jealous.
You
of
have
him.
to come back.
I was gonna say I really do want to come back because like honestly
It'll be in October, I
I
think.
love Sexy Red. Like I think she's funny. That's it.
Yep.
I think she's funny.
I think
Yep.
he's
And
funny.
Kevin Gates too. Like
Kevin Gates is funny. I think he knows.
he knows. He's got to know.
He for sure
Yeah.
knows.
yeah. He's in on it.
All right.
You know
Well,
what else is funny? You guys. This podcast. This was
Thanks.
really fun.
Wow,
oh,
thanks.
plug yourself. Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on YouTube at Lauren Cantrell. You can find me on Instagram at Lauren.Cantrell. And TikTok is Lauren's Second Life, but without any of the vowels except for the I, N, and E in life.
God.
So
Really
good
easy to
luck.
find.
Yeah.
really easy.
You just look
And
up my
Strava.
name. Oh my god, and Strava, Lauren Cantrell, Goodreads, Lauren Cantrell, like
Do you have Letterboxd?
You know, I don't. That's the one.
Same. I don't be doing movies.
I don't be doing movies. Takes too much concentration. No, I'm just kidding. I probably will hop into Letterboxd, but I'm just in it for the love of the game right now. Just
Right.
watching and letting it
Right.
sit with me.
I love that.
100%.
Sorry.
LinkedIn's a new one too. LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Lauren
LinkedIn.
Cantrell.
Yeah.
Lauren Cantrell.
I
She's
actually
just starting.
deactivated mine because I had somebody find my phone number off of LinkedIn one
Whoa.
time. It was like I have a
What?
voicemail of it. It was this older gentleman who was like I had like an ad that I did for Dunkin' Donuts, and then I swear we get off this podcast. That was like about the pumpkin spice latte or whatever, and he was like, "Is this a pumpkin spice latte, girl? I found your phone number on LinkedIn."
Holy
And I
cow.
was like, "Oh yeah," like I had like my address on it. I had like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
had like
that's-
real personal information. So,
That's crazy.
yeah, let's just say I have about 20 connections on LinkedIn, and that's as far as I ever got.
So if you ever want to be famous, don't put your
Don't
information
get
on
on
LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
because old men will find you.
Deactivate that account. They will
Yeah.
find
Is
it.
this a pumpkin spice latte, girl? I love the way the pumpkin spice latte.
And it was. Pumpkin spice latte, girl.
Pumpkin spice
I-
latte,
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Mic drop.
Guys.
love this button. I want one of those so bad.
Dude, we found this. Do you know what Sweetwater is? Like the music
Yes. Yeah.
thing, whatever. I can't think anymore.